Thank you.
I feel like our intro is so much better than the show. Like it's such a disappointment when they see us. Like if you've never watched it and you're like, wow, this is pretty good coming in.
And then we come in and they're all upset about it.
And they're like, who's this guy on the couch with no shoes on? He's got a trash bag.
No, I just had a delivery.
Special delivery?
Yep.
What'd you do right?
Fatty beef jerky.
So, speaking of fatty, we stopped at a taco place the other day
Yes, we did.
called Tin and Taco, right?
Mm-hmm.
That was in Orlando, over there at Waterford. Highly recommended. And the reason I bring this up is because what happened on the way home, Frank?
Almost shit my pants.
Bad.
It was pretty bad.
So Frank has always told me these stories about he'll eat certain foods and then there's a timer that instantly starts in his butthole. And I thought it was all foolishness. Like it's the equivalent to me, like Camden when she says she's got to go pee, but you know she doesn't have to go pee. Frank gets in the car and he goes, oh. And I'm like, what? He goes, the timer has been set. And he didn't almost make it home from Waterford. And Frank's a weirdo because he won't go to the bathroom other places than home. He's one of those people. So,
Yeah. I like to only poop at my house. Or a house that I'm comfortable in.
At your house.
Yes.
That's about it.
Basically. Yeah. I'll poop at... Well, there's the one time that I had to stop and... I had to stop at Janet's mom's house in Port St. John because I couldn't make it to Titusville.
Oh my God. How embarrassing is that?
Well,
Like,
there was nobody home, so it worked. But here's the problem. Janet's brother was supposed to unlock the door. He didn't unlock the door. So it held me up by 3 seconds. So I didn't fully make it to the toilet.
Oh, did you crap on like the floor or your britches?
Kind of like the back of the toilet. It was bad.
And welcome to the Christmas special. If
Yep.
you're just joining us, this is how we roll.
That's also what Chick-fil-A sauce does to me. That's not good. That was all Chick-fil-A sauce.
And you were saying Kobe sauce too.
Kobe sauce, that tears me up too. It's pretty bad.
The white sauce.
The white sauce, here we go. Like always.
Oh, you got your thing. Of course. Why not? Well, Merry Christmas, everybody. We obviously, there's no way we could have done a Christmas Eve or Christmas Day special because let's be honest, we can barely pull it off when we have nothing else to do. So, you know, this is the best we get. And from what I've heard today, and I've heard it all day, today is Festivus. Do you know what Festivus is?
So, to be honest with you, no, I don't. But I'll probably remember when you tell me.
So, segue real quick. I'm back, baby. I'm back.
No more gout foot.
Well, it's slightly there, but we're at the point now where it's going to be okay.
So, what are you drinking? Beam?
Jim Beam.
And?
That's it.
I'm drinking Beam, Mountain Dew.
That's a good combination. I actually have some Diet Mountain Dew too, so we could do that.
Yes, we can.
But no, so yeah, the gout has subsided substantially. We're down to about a 5% gout foot right now. It's kind of in my knee, which I can deal with that just fine. But yeah.
Do you ever shit it out at some point? How does gout work?
I don't know how it gets. I think you pee it out. But I'm going to turn on this so we can go over Festivus, because up until about 15 minutes ago, I had no idea what Festivus was. And I don't think that a lot of people know what Festivus is.
Well, they were talking about it on the news this morning, but again, I don't remember exactly what it is. Isn't it like an anti-Christmas kind of a thing?
Yeah, it's like the bah humbug thing. And I think, if this is correct here, I think it actually originated from Seinfeld.
Festivus for the rest of us, right?
Yeah, so Festivus for the rest of us. So what essentially Festivus is Kevin Christmas.
Kevin hates Christmas.
Right? I mean, that's what I figure. But it's Actually, you know what? This Thanksgiving was probably the best time I'd had at the Thanksgiving in a long time, and I plan on having a good Christmas too. So, maybe I'm turning over a new leaf.
That's cool.
That mic, as soon as you moved, nothing.
I touched my eyeball with whiskey on my hands.
Well, be a man about it and just pour it straight in it to clear it out.
The problem is that I wedged my dirty hands in it.
What are we talking about now?
My eyeball.
Oh, geez. So that's going to lead me into my first thing is what is the most hated thing about Christmas for you? Since the Festivus thing is the bah humbug of Christmas, what is the biggest downside of Christmas for you?
It's exactly what I tried not to do today and ended up doing it anyway, but it was still better than most, was having to run out and spend most of your paycheck on stupid Christmas gift cards because you forgot to get gifts and people you weren't expecting to see, that sort of stuff like that. It's got nothing to do with getting them the gifts. I don't mind, right? But it's like, why is it the day before and I'm running out to get gifts right now? Like, why didn't I do it like a month ago?
I always do it early.
I get most of it done, but then we always do like gift cards and lottery tickets and stuff like that,
Lottery tickets, I swear, you get so excited when you get those as a gift. It's like the best gift you get and then the worst gift you end up with because you never win.
Hey, last year I got like $10 worth of $2. So I got 5 $2 scratch offs, and I won $20. I bought 2 $10 scratch offs, and I won like $75. And then I bought 7 $10 scratch offs, and I ended up winning like $180.
Yeah, that's not our luck. That's if we got 1,000 scratch offs, me and Morgan would win maybe $3.
That's terrible. I'd rather win the lottery though, but hey.
I was talking. Well, my thing is Christmas lights, and not even the Christmas lights. It's not even about the Christmas lights. That's my bullcrap Christmas thing. It's the getting in the attic. My attic is incredibly small, and that's the worst part. And like, how well, at least the house I grew up in, they had the thing you like pulled it down and the ladder came down. Yeah. Mine has none of that because God forbid Miranda did anything, that would resemble doing something for their client. So it's like I have to get myself on a ladder and then I have to do like this double-handed push-up thing and spin sideways and land my butt up there. And then I got to crawl through this tiny crawl space because ours isn't tall at all. And then I've got 17,000 boxes up there of Christmas crap. And it's like I get told, yeah, get that one. And I don't know which one I'm looking for. And it's not organized up there. So it's like, oh, and the light broke up there this year. So I had to use my cell phone light up there.
So my attic is very similar to yours, except where is your attic physically located in your house?
Well, I got one upstairs, but we don't use that one. But there's 2 in the garage because we had that bonus room going over the center.
Yes.
So there's like 2 smaller ones right and left. So I've got, stuff in each side.
Okay, so we only have the actual attic, right? We only have the actual attic. Yes. The entryway is in my laundry room, so I have like 6 square feet. So I have no stairs, no ladder. I basically stand on a stool and do a pull-up into it. And because it's the actual attic and these are newer houses, it's all trusses. There's no room up there. I can stand up, but I can't go anywhere. It's all trusses.
Do you have like boards running across, or is yours just the trusses?
Mine's just the trusses and then like 2.5 feet of just foam, snow foam all over the place.
Yeah, that's what my upstairs has in too. It looks like somebody just dumped snow up there.
It looks like Christmas up there. I almost just put lights and a little tree inside of my attic.
So you look like Clark Griswold up in his attic when he's walking through that sucker.
Yeah, except his is open. His is I could probably do like a couple of channels if I cut some plywood pretty thin and just ran it up there, and that's probably what I'm going to end up doing. But I never think about it until it's Christmas time because the only stuff we have up there is like Christmas, Halloween, Thanksgiving, but just the decorations, not. Well, I guess that's all that would be up there. But there's like no storage up there. It's really just holidays.
Well, that's my worst part because I feel like every single time I get up there, there's a nail gets me right in the head.
Oh God, so many times.
Every stinking time.
I cut my hand last time. This hand,
Your good hand.
the good hand.
Well, at least you didn't scratch up that tattoo work.
No, that would have been terrible. You know
Never
who
mind.
did? I forget who it was. We were at somebody's house, and one of their kids gave me a paper cut, and it made a line straight across it.
It stayed there?
Yeah.
I didn't realize they're that delicate.
Well, I think it's because of how new it was, but yeah. So then when I went in, he's like, "What the hell happened here?" Oh no.
Yeah,
Fix-
I just ruined your artwork. Sorry.
Yeah, fix it.
Why don't you redo that for me? Tell
Yeah,
them about elbow.
Oh, my elbow.
Yeah.
This guy. So there's so little meat on your elbow. So when he was just sitting there drilling away, you can hear the vibration. Sounded like I don't even know. It sounded like putting a Dremel on a piece of metal. It wasn't like sounded like it wasn't even going anywhere. And then it hurt pretty dang bad. And then as soon as he was done, he was just like, "Well, good thing we banged out that swellbow or that elbow, soon to be swellbow." It's like, "What are you talking about?" And I was watching it in the mirror. You can just watch the skin look like it was about to explode. Apparently, your elbows don't like it.
I never knew that, but people I've seen, I would say the worst spot has got to be your armpit. Could you imagine that?
Yeah, this.
Yeah, or like your side.
I hear the ribs are bad, and I hear your back is terrible.
I wouldn't
You know
think
they actually, yeah, they say your butt is actually one of the worst.
really.
Yeah, it's
I don't think mine would be that bad. My dad spanked all the feeling out of mine.
Well, surprisingly, the muscle hurts the least.
Well,
So it's like, yeah, bicep didn't hurt, the forearm doesn't hurt. It's when the skin gets thinner or softer. So the underskin here, where there's no muscle under here, he was getting me in places that was like making my pinky jiggle.
just reacting.
Yeah, he's getting me here, and my pinky was like shaking.
Well, I'm never getting a tattoo because honestly, there's nothing that I could possibly think that I'd want on me forever.
Well, I have enough for the both of us.
Yeah, that's for sure. And supposedly it's an addictive thing. But so what were your kids' biggest asks for this year of Santa Claus?
So my daughter decided to write a list like 4 days ago that had totally different things on it than, before. So that was interesting. Nothing. I don't think they asked for anything big or like special. I did get into some trouble when I came home with the PlayStations to sell.
Yeah, with her?
With Blake.
Oh.
Blake was just devastated as to why we weren't playing with them.
Well, could you imagine?
Oh, yeah.
I mean, Dad, I really want a PlayStation 5. No one can get them. Son, I got 2, but guess what? I'm selling them.
Well,
Yeah.
then the Xboxes came in, and he's like, "Please tell me we can keep one of those." like we can't. And he's like, "This is terrible." But like a typical like good dad, I put it on Janet, and I told him that it was because she wouldn't let us.
So now it's all her fault.
All her fault. She has been a trooper because I put everything on her.
Well,
Anything bad, anyway.
Well, sorry, I was looking at a text. I don't think our comments are working. But, anyways, we went out. So, I'm going to circle back to the things I don't like to do. And one of them is Christmas lights. Although this year, I kind of got into it. I bought all new lights. I bought a giant nutcracker, like a 6-foot tall nutcracker. And he's pretty cool. And we got a whole bunch of other stuff. And it looks nice this year. Like
it's funny, though, because where do you put that nutcracker when you're done?
Yo, dude. He doesn't fit in the attic. He's coming over to your attic and going in the snow hole.
He'll be at home up there.
I don't know where he's going to go, to be honest with you. I guess he's just going to stay in the garage. But I got actually a little excited about it this year. And I do have to say that I went all out. I bought nice lights. I bought nice clips. I bought the clip thing that puts them up. I did everything. I did not skimp for once. And I always skimp. And I have to say that it was worth the extra money because it was not as hard this year. It still sucked, but it wasn't as bad. But all that to say, we went out to Laren Park tonight and went to that one house. And after all that work, it's like, hey, Kevin, your house is a piece of crap.
It makes me not want to even bother with mine.
He has more lights in a bush than I have in my whole house.
Yes. No, that's years of accumulation.
Supposedly he's older, and this is like the last year he's going to do it. So this, you need to go out and see it if you want to see it.
Yeah,
but one of my friends posted. He posts, if you don't have a picture of you in the gazebo at that house, then you're probably a spy.
Yeah, no, I believe it because we have them. Mm-hmm. We have them from every year. Everybody has them from every time they go. But I think it's time.
Amazing.
I'm going to open this bad boy.
Uh-oh. I figured Tim, would have heard you trying to drink some whiskey and he wanted to come over and drink a $10 shot with some Coke in it.
Oh, my God. You killed me. How the hell do you even open this, Kevin?
You got to pull that wax strip thing to the left.
I pulled the wrong one.
You peasant.
I've never had Knob Creek for this one.
I don't think I've had that one because you said it was something different. What is that one?
So this is a 9-year. So they have regular knob, they have knob 9, and apparently there's a knob 12 now. That's really hard to find.
I bet you that one's got a heavy alcohol content.
Well, this one?
No, the 12. Well, that one's good. Should be too.
Yeah, this one's 50%. This is 100 proof.
Does that say it's a single barrel or is it?
So this is small batch.
Bob said, "Hey, comments just turned on. I've given Knob by a creek."
I bet he has.
I don't doubt it for a second. I do not doubt that for a dang second.
I don't doubt any of them.
But no, it's amazing what that guy has done. And what's crazy is right down the street, Donnie's family, they do a huge setup too. The only reason people don't all congregate at Donnie's parents' house is because right down the street is Disney. What was the name of that house that those rich people for their kids made all that light show and they got in all that trouble? So they put it in MGM Studios. Remember that?
I vaguely remember what you were talking about. That was a long time ago.
Yeah, but that was ridiculous. There was something like a couple million lights or something like that. Something crazy. I forget the name of it. I'm going to look it up. Here, let me bring this up.
Where was that, though?
It used to be at MGM Studios. MGM Studios old light. Oh. Christmas light area. Let's see what it says. Osborne family. That's what it was. Osborne's family spectacle of lights. I think these are the pictures, though. Yeah, these are the pictures of it at MGM, but I want to see the original Osborne family light show.
Yeah, that's right, Bob. I am using the old studio, and instead of using the table, I set up a couch, and I got the cameras across the room. So I can't read any comments except for on Facebook, but that's okay with me. And to hang out.
I think this is it. It's unreal. Yeah, that's it.
You ever
Look at
watch the show? Do you watch the Christmas light show that they have?
Yeah, that one guy that's got all the light up Santas, like the old school Santas with the light bulb inside of them.
Yeah, but they do. It's like a competition. So like every episode is like
Yeah.
a few different people, right, competing against each other.
Yeah, it's unreal. Some of the stuff these people, the money. I mean,
did you see the one that was done on like a nursery, like a tree nursery?
No, but look at this.
It was like 120 acres or something like that of lights.
Look at that.
It's crazy.
It's unreal. Like, I don't know how to zoom this thing in because it's not Windows. You know how Windows, you can hit the Windows button and then just zoom in?
Yeah. What's on your Mac?
Where's Tyler when we need him?
Tyler can tell you how to do it. It's
Maybe
probably
like hit that
two
button.
buttons and click. Yeah.
There it is. There we go. So now you can see it a little better. But look at that. That's a house.
Man.
That's unreal.
Hey, you know that guy in Lantern Park gets a discount on his power bill this time of year?
Oh, really?
Yeah. Because he does that, they give him a discount.
Man. So they moved all this, I guess, to Disney because I think the community complained. Yeah, so there it is at Disney. But did you ever go to it when it was at Disney?
I think I went once. It's down now, right?
Yeah, Hollywood Studios kind of tore that whole area down.
Yeah. Is that where the new Star Wars area is or not?
Yeah, it's right near there. I feel like they screwed that up, though. I'm not really a fan of how they did that because the Osborne lights thing. What was cool is you could go to this area and they would give you hot chocolate, so you'd walk around and see all these lights, and then they would blow fake snow. The problem was it was about 112 degrees, so you'd be sweating, drinking hot chocolate, pretending it's cold. So I went there a long time ago.
I'm not gonna lie though, Mickey's Very Merry Christmas is actually where it's at for me.
I like that, and I actually like the Halloween, the Not So Scary Christmas.
Yeah, that's
or not
good.
So Scary Christmas, not so scary, scary Halloween.
Yeah.
Because I get scared easy. I don't know if I've ever talked about that on this show. Like, if anybody was to say, "Hey, we want to take the Ordinary Guys and we want to pay you and let you go to Halloween Horror Nights and we want you to do a live show in front of 1 million people that want to watch you," and I would be like, "No."
You don't like Halloween Horror Nights?
No, I'm scared to death of that crap.
The last time I went was when they could still touch you without really getting in trouble. Remember that?
Yeah. Well, either way, all it needs is a mask.
Well, they were like running up to my face with chainsaws and stuff like that, and it wasn't fun.
Well, I went one time. No, I went 2 times. I went one time with my father, who's not scared of that at all, with one of my friends when I was younger. I was probably like 13. And my dad thought, I'm like, okay, I'm going to go through this haunted house. I didn't really want to do it, but you can't chicken out when you got a friend with you. So I'm going through, I'm petrified. And I'm going to tell you why I was petrified here in a second. So we go in, and my dad immediately in the first room runs off.
Your dad left you?
Yeah. So I'm the first in the line now because originally it was him. And you know how everybody always goes through and like grabs each other's shirts or whatever?
Yeah.
And everybody's scared to death. Well, my dad's not scared of this crap at all. Like, he loves it. And he takes off, just leaves me in the front. And so I'm like baby stepping it, like, what about Bob, through this whole thing, dying, absolutely dying. And I remember, and it's just like seared into my memory, is we rounded the corner and there was this like zombie doctor guy. My voice just cracked. 37 years old, voice just cracked. Puberty is a mother. So then there's a dead guy on the counter, and he's got all like his fake guts out, but it's a real person.
Oh, Jesus.
Done up. And I'm horrified at this point. But on top of that, they squirt like it's water, but it seems like it's coming out of a vein, so it's like supposed to be blood. Hits me all over the face. I'm having a heart attack. Like, horrible. I finally get out of that thing. My friend now thinks I'm the biggest pansy on the planet, which, by the way, he lives in my neighborhood now. Uh, and yeah, that was bad. But the reason I'm so scared of stuff like that, like you could literally pull a gun on me and I'd be okay with that. Like that, I'm going to be okay with. You know, you could send 15 people to come fight me. That'd be okay too. But you put on a mask of any sort and just yell ooga booga and come at me, I'm done.
That's where you fold, huh?
Yeah, and the reason why is because my dad doesn't have a Facebook, so he won't be able to see this, but my mom might see it. And I don't know why my mom allowed this. Like when I tell you this story, you're gonna be like, what was wrong with your parents? And I've asked them, I go, what is wrong with you? And they're like, we don't know. So my dad thought he had this old man like scary mask that had like this long hair, and he got it. I don't know why he had it, but he got maybe for a Halloween party. But he wore it in the house one time just to mess with me because he knows I don't like that, even when I was little. So he would, you know, start crap with me with that. Well, one night I'm in my bed and my closet was right in front of me. My room was shaped kind of weird, but I had a walk-in closet. And you know how when you're a kid, there's something always in that closet. I don't care who you are. There's 5 years, 6 years old. There's something in that closet always. So I would always, close it because if for some reason, if it's closed, the boogeyman can't get out and get you. But if it's open, you're open season, you're going to die. So I had it closed and I'm almost asleep. My dad had sat in that closet in the dark for a good 15 to 25 minutes, waiting for me almost to get asleep, jumps out that closet with that damn mask on and scares the absolute shit out of me. Like to the point I was frozen in fear. I mean, imagine that at 6 years old. And then not only that, he got such a kick out of it that later on down the road, I don't know if it was a day, 2 days, or whatever. Same shit. He's under my bed this time. And he starts poltergeisting my bed and making weird noises and comes out from under it with that mask on again. It's no wonder I'm scared of masks. Like, it was awful. And I don't know if I've ever told you that story, but it is like awful. It's
I've never told
that I'm not worried about it to this day. Like, I'm okay now. But back then, and then my mom would come in and tell me, oh my God, my mom would come in. First off, my mom didn't even tell him not to do that. Like she was laughing at me too. But then on top of it, my mom came in one time and I don't know why, but she told me that my parents had left me and my mom was my mom's twin sister, Katrina. And Katrina was my mom's evil sister. And I forget what exactly she said my dad's name was. But they went with that for like 48 hours. And like I'd be like, Mom. And she'd be like, I'm not your mom. And I asked them later in my 30s, like, why would you do that? And they're like, I don't know.
It was fun at the time.
Yeah. It's like it, but it shows that your parents were idiotic kids too. You know?
Yeah, for real. I do dumb stuff with my kids. Probably not that dumb though. Don't do that because they end up like me. Do you want your kids to end up like me? I'll sit in another room and you ever like open the front door and the kids don't even get off their ass, but they're like, Mom, and it was you.
Yeah.
So I'm always like, yes. And they're like, Dad, it's you. And I'm like, it's not Dad, it's Mom. And the whole time they're like, but it's you. And I'll go on for like 10 minutes pretending I'm Janet, and then they'll get up just to see because you tell them you tell them the lie so much that they believe it, even though it's 100% not Janet, it's me. But they have to get up and see just to prove themselves right because they're, you know what I mean? You tell them so many times that they actually start to believe it.
Have you ever had your wife mind meld you? There's been times where like I could have sworn I didn't do something, but because she told me I did, which was probably right. But in my mind, when I started the conversation, I thought for sure I didn't do that. But by the end of it, I 100% believed I did it, even though I don't remember it, nor did I ever agree with it in the first place.
No, Janet doesn't do stuff like that, but I have like seen Morgan laugh about doing that stuff to you. we've talked about it, and she starts laughing.
I don't
Well,
listen. So it's totally believable because I don't remember anything. And I don't even think I think it's my ADD because I was ADD when I was a kid. And I think it rears its ugly head now to where I've learned to use the ADD to multitask, but I can't remember nothing. Like nothing. You
Yeah.
can tell me an entire story and I'll forget it. So if you ever got a secret and you can keep me away from people for about 48 hours, I will never remember it to tell anybody.
Yeah, she'll be the first to tell you that she doesn't have faith in me remembering much of anything.
Maybe it's a husband thing.
Or, I mean, maybe we're just, or just a male thing, or we're just wired differently, or we've learned to tune out their voices.
Well, I heard actually, this is actually getting a little bit serious, but I heard on I think it was an episode of Howard, but it was a psychologist. And it said men in general will listen to about 10% of the conversation to get the gist of the conversation, but they don't remember all the details. But yet a woman will listen to every bit of that conversation and then try to think on top of the 100% they heard, such as, and here's a good example. You go over to, let's say, hypothetical Bob's house, and Bob goes, me and Pam are getting a divorce. This is not Bob that watches the show. I don't even know his wife's name. But and then that's it. You go, if that was you, I'd be like, oh, that sucks. I probably wouldn't even ask what happened because that's not typical of a guy. And it's just like guys talk to each other exactly to get to the point, and that is it. Like it's very brief. And then you go home and your wife would be like, not so much mine because she's not so much like that. But most women are like, want to ask you everything about everything. And it's like, I told you the whole thing. Like I told you all of it as soon as I saw you. You know,
I'll sometimes ask Janet a long question, like not long for me, but a question that requires a long answer, just to walk away because I know she'll still be talking about it when I get back. So if she's in the other room, I'll be like, well, what exactly did the doctor say? And then I'll like go to the kitchen and get something to eat real quick. And I still can like kind of hear her. And every now and then I'll just shout like, I'm listening. I'm just getting something real quick.
Hey, Corey, do you mean hypothetical Bob or Bob? But it's true, though. I mean, for the most part, I do have some guy friends that are very in tune with listening, but they also play musical instruments.
Yeah, it makes a difference, I think.
I think it's left brain, right brain, you know?
Yeah.
But I don't know. Enough about that mess. I guess this is kind of important because we have a story together about it, is the whole basketball is back thing. And the last time that we were watching basketball together, they ended the season because of COVID mid-game.
Yep.
So it was we were
March, right? Carolina. Yeah, we're at a conference in South Carolina. Charlotte? No, where were we? Greenville.
Yeah. And right in the middle of the game, that's when they announced it had to be stopped.
Which is weird because I was leaned over talking to Ron, and then you had said something, or the person sitting next to you said something like, oh, they called it. And I couldn't, I was trying to figure out why it took it. At that time, you were like, well, I don't get it. Why are they calling it? What's going on?
Yeah, well, remember they canceled the Final Four that week, too.
Earlier, right? Mm-hmm. So we were thinking, okay, so we were thinking, oh, cool, basketball's still on. They're not going to stop basketball. There's too much money in that, you know?
Well, I'll tell you what. I'm so over this COVID crap. It's unbelievable.
Yep.
I'm beyond it. At this point, it's like we went out to dinner. I'm starting to forget my mask now. It's almost like internally, my brain is like, F COVID. We want nothing to do with this anymore because I'm not anti-mask. I never have been. I actually wear it quite a bit and I've gotten used to it. But it's like I have started noticing that I'm not remembering to bring my mask and I don't feel it's intentional. Like my brain's like, no, we're done with this. We're not doing this anymore.
Yeah. I remember asking somebody, they had their mask on and I grabbed mine real quick And I was like, "Oh, we're still doing this." I actually said that. I'm like, "Oh, we're still doing this," and they kind of laughed, chuckled, like, "I mean, not really, but I have to for work, so it's up to you," you know.
Well, I can tell you that it has run its course in my mind, and I think where it kind of changed is when I saw the thing about the flu numbers being down, but yet they sit here and they say that flu numbers are down because everybody's wearing the mask, but oh, by the way, COVID is up because everybody's not wearing their mask.
Right.
That's when I'm like, no, I'm done. I'm
They're
absolutely
saying
done.
that the biggest reason why the flu might actually be down, if it's down, is the social distancing. They say that has more to do with that fixes so much more than the masks.
Well,
And I'm not saying that like, hey, we got a social distance, but I'm saying when you're not on top of each other, you get less sick.
oh, I messed it up. Don't you shake your head at me. You're the one that does it every time.
Terrible. But you're the one driving. The driver can't do that.
The good news is our audio is coming in pretty dang clear.
Good.
And our video doesn't look bad either.
The only problem is we've dropped off a couple times, I think, right?
The chat, I don't think, did we drop off? Did somebody say something?
I think Corey said that he has other stuff that's streaming fine, and he said what happened, like to us.
Oh, I don't know. What's up, Trent and Shonda? Oh, man. Well, I don't know. It's coming in. When I just looked, it was coming in fine.
Oh, well, I guess as long as whatever shows up on YouTube is clear. We only do this Facebook thing just for our friends so that we can interact with them.
Yeah, really, we want to do the YouTube thing. So,
and to be honest with you, I'm going to start looking into Rumble because I think that might be a good opportunity. As
Frank,
you know,
there's lots of gay guys on there, and he figures he can get that market.
Right, exactly. Just like we grabbed the Chinese and the bots when we first started the show. Remember that?
Yes.
Russians watching us. It wasn't Russians.
I don't think Germans. Can we see those statistics anymore? I don't think we can.
I don't even know. When's the last time you've actually been on YouTube and looked at our stuff? Like done a thumbnail for a show or anything like that?
Never.
I did.
Never.
Today I went on to see if something I pre-recorded was on there. That's it.
That's funny. By the way, we are both drinking. No, you're drinking Knob Creek. I'm drinking Beam. But you started off with Beam, right?
I started off with Beam, yeah.
How was that?
That knob was a lot harder than the Beam, that's for sure.
Yeah. You're not much of an actual whiskey drinker, is what I've learned. You like the entry level smooth whiskeys. You don't like the any bite, like ass to them whiskeys.
I do a little bit. There's certain ones that I really like, but with the Mountain Dew, this was delicious.
Well, I think that's like Mountain Dew is like the fried of anything.
That's true.
Yeah, you mix it with just about any liquor, and it makes it tolerable, if not good.
Dude, did I tell you about what Blake said when I told him we went to Zaxby's?
I think you did, but I forgot. See, that's that whole thing of I don't remember anything.
He's laying on the couch. It's probably like it's almost 10 o'clock. It was their last day of school. No, not even. They were off. So they're watching a movie. He's laying on the couch, almost out. Janet asked me what I ate for dinner. And I said, I had fried chicken from Zaxby's, and he pops right up. Fried chicken? That's like his kryptonite, man. You fry a chicken, and that kid's going to eat it.
Remember when he fell asleep with a chicken finger in his mouth?
Asleep with chicken finger hanging out of his mouth at Buffalo Wild Wings.
Yeah. No, Friday.
Those Fridays?
Mm-hmm.
All right.
So Frank was nice enough, by the way, today to get me a gift card for Christmas, me and Morgan and I. I think your other idea would have been good because I would have definitely been like this motherfucker because we just had a talk about that. Yep. But he was going to get, if you haven't been watching the show long, you should go back and watch Kevin Hates Everything episode of Buffalo Wild Wings. We've talked about it several times because it's remarkable at how unbelievably inept that restaurant is. And it's not just that restaurant, it's every Buffalo Wild Wings in the world. Frank and I were talking about this, that we could make a living off of buying defunct Buffalo Wild Wings locations, like right before they're about to go out of business. Go in there and take it, change the name, put all new servers in there that are worth a crap. Don't change a single thing. Hire Hooters cooks, because for some reason, 2 Hooters cooks can keep up with 9,000 wing orders and be completely fine. But 15 friggin' cooks from Buffalo Wild Wings can't seem to ever get an order right, nor get it out hot, or even get out the right amount. So you do those couple of swaps, you rebrand it, call it like Wild Buffaloes or something.
You
And
can even leave it up there and just take the words down. just take the words down. We have no name.
Yeah. Instead of No Name Saloon, it's No Name Wings.
Look, the food's good. It's just you never know what you're going to get.
Literally.
Yeah.
Like most of the time you say that about a restaurant and you're like, you never know what you're going to get. And that means it might be hot, it might be cold, or it might be okay. Or, this means you literally might get a hamburger instead of a chicken wing.
Yeah. Do you remember they brought out like your sliders or something like that? They were like, oh, I apologize. And I just like tapped the top of the bun. It was like, ding, ding, ding.
Yeah, as hard as a rock. What's up, Brian? And yeah, we'll work tomorrow. But so all that to be said, that Frank was going to buy me a gift card to Buffalo Wild Wings just as a stab of Merry Christmas, asshole.
But the problem is that we talked about was it has to be a high enough amount that you would have to use it.
Mm-hmm.
So like if I got you like a $10 card just to be funny, you would be like, screw it. I'd rather lose the $10 than eat there. But if it was like,
it has to be relatively high.
That's what I'm saying. If it was like $1,500, you'd be like, come on, that's a lot of chicken wings. Like, I got to use it.
I mean, but I don't know. In the comment section, I want to know. So for the people watching, I want to know, have you, and I do know that Trinity likes, he calls it B-dubs, but I know Trinity likes, or in the past really liked, Buffalo Wild Wings.
There's a difference between liking the food and liking the experience, though.
I've had horrible experience at Buffalo Wild Wings almost every single time. Like my 2 hot wings up north when we were in Pensacola, and they burnt my face off, me and Jeff Seidel. Yeah. Like I don't have a good story to tell her.
Yeah. So there was that situation in Pensacola where they gave us wings that were hotter than the devil's asshole just because they were mad at us. Was it 2 experiences we had there? Or just the one?
I don't know.
Okay, so there's at least that one experience that we had. And the time before that, when I was eating at a Buffalo Wild Wings in Viera, a car blew up in the parking lot. And we had to leave.
Probably because they were waiting for their food for curbside pickup, and it sat there so long in neutral that it just caught fire.
Like a BMW, we were sitting by the window, and the BMW on the other side, like, blew up. All of a sudden, flames start gushing through the hood. Fire truck had to come and rip it open. It was so weird.
God. Yeah, that happened when I was at a Tijuana Flats over near not Waterford, but you know how everybody that used to go to college at UCF all used to live in them houses back there right before you got to Waterford on 50.
Yeah,
I forget, Avalon Park. Everybody used to live back there, and there was a Tijuana Flats there, and I remember somebody pulled up and he's like, "Can I get some water?" And his battery was on fire. It caught his car on fire. Caught one of the waitresses' car on fire. It was a disaster. Absolutely.
Yeah, that's what they were worried about. They were worried about if everybody else had to move the cars away. They were worried about everything else catching fire. It was crazy though. It was something to do with the turbo, and a BMW didn't turn off.
Man, Bob's comment's pretty serious, isn't it? The
Yeah.
whole bulldoze it, and they built an autonomous B-dubs, which is their gay bar. Speaking of the best names ever for a location, if you drive through Atlanta, you'll see a lot of signs off of 95 for Swinging Richards.
From where?
A gay bar called Swinging Richards.
Where,
Figure
though?
that one out. In Atlanta. If you
Oh,
drive
okay.
through Atlanta on 95. Swinging
That's
dicks.
funny. Yeah, that's funny.
But that's brilliant. I mean, that
Yeah.
naming.
It's great.
Yeah. Is like, because you catch yourself at first going, why would they name it that? Because they make it very obvious at what it is. Like,
So I'm gonna make an old man's gay bar and name it Hangin' Richards.
God.
Droopy Richards. What do you call it? Nutsack.
Shriveled Richards.
Shriveled Richards.
Yeah.
Shriveled Richards hanging balls.
So how well are ugly faced girls doing right now in strip clubs?
I mean, they're open.
No, meaning they can cover their broke ass face.
Oh
So
yeah,
if
that's
you've got a girl that's like cracked out and got cracked teeth, she can
Good
still
point.
make it.
yeah. You can get a girl that's all bodied up, but she's got a crackhead face.
Yeah, like as long as it's normal from here up.
Hey, I'm sure Arabic chicks have been getting some.
Well, we were almost going to make it through the whole show without being demonetized.
They've been used to it.
Yeah.
They got a heads up on everybody. They're like, no, we got this shit.
Yeah, they're monitoring us for sure by now.
Yeah, that's
They
fine.
have to be. They absolutely have to be. So I'm going to switch into another topic before we
Oh, hey, before we get far away from, because we were talking about Christmas lights earlier, though.
Hmm?
What if next year we do a contest? You and me, best Christmas lights, and
You're
we
gonna
let
lose. You won't get on your roof.
the phones. We let the phones. I was gonna say we let the phones decide. They're gonna ring in. We gotta let the fans decide.
So all 6 of them. We need an
Yes.
odd number.
We have a whole year.
Somebody
We'll
invite a friend.
Yeah.
Yeah, how are you going to win? You going to pay somebody to get on your roof?
No, I'll do it because here I got a plan. I'm getting gutters in 2021.
Oh, you cheater. You're going to get the lights that are always up.
I'm gonna look into it.
I can't imagine they're all that expensive nowadays with the cost of LEDs being so low.
They really can't be, but I don't know if any of the companies here do that. Like if any of the gutter companies here do it.
Lord, don't get the gutter company I used. I can't even remember their name. I would seriously say it. The gutter company here that did mine, holy crap, it was such an awful job.
That stinks.
Yeah, I wish I actually do still have the picture. It's laughable how bad.
Oh yeah, yours were like all crooked and stuff.
And had it's jagged, crooked, screws everywhere, not painted. Just it was like, what did you finish? Is this what you're leaving me with?
See, that's what happens when somebody goes like, "Hey, we're doing really good in business. We should hire some more people."
Yeah, and then they hire the cheapest person they can find.
Exactly.
It goes, oh yeah, I've done gutters before.
But that's what happens when $15 an hour becomes minimum wage.
When that officially happens, I'm gonna go flip burgers.
Yeah. Oh,
Because
dude,
I
I'm gonna
could
do
sit here all day like this. I could do
You do-
this show and flip burgers.
Mm-hmm.
That's the only way we're gonna get paid for doing this show, by the way.
Flipping burgers.
Yeah, while doing the show. That would be a show. We both get a job undercover, and we do try to do the job undercover live stream while doing the job of a minimum wage worker.
You know how many
Just
companies
to
we?
prove that it's not hard.
Yeah, but you know how many companies we'd put out of business for like breaking laws violations?
Probably, but oh well.
It's crazy, dude. I forget. I think it was McDonald's, and I forget it was McDonald's. I forget exactly what it said, but one time I could see the monitor because you know how they're always looking up at that monitor, like when you go to actually get your food after you've paid.
Yeah.
I looked up at the monitor once, and it tells them what to say.
Mm-mm.
I promise you. I promise you.
You know what's terrible is I went to pay with cash one time because their credit card machine was down, and I
Was
gave
the ice
the girl,
cream machine also down?
huh?
The ice
Well,
cream
my
machine?
ice cream machine's been down since 1973.
Fucking ridiculous.
Yeah. There's 2 things you can count on this world, and one of them is that the McDonald's ice cream machine is broken. The other one I'm still figuring out, but the first one for sure is that that dang thing's broken. But I'm telling you that place, I went in there, and I think it was during a hurricane, and that's why they were having cash only. I think that's what it was. But anyways, my total came up to like, I don't know, let's say $9.60, right? And I gave her a 10. Let's just say hypothetically. And then I realized that I had 60 cents in my pocket. So I gave her the 60 cents after she had already totaled it and the drawer was already open. I said, "Oh, hold on. I think I got 60 cents." Handed her the 60 cents. She looked at that 60 cents. Have you seen that meme of the lady that's like, and there's all the math things going around her head? It blew her damn mind. She did not know to give me $1. Yeah. Unbelievable. Like, you know what's crazy? I am so old, and actually you probably are too, that I worked at a location that still had the whoop, whoop.
The what?
The credit card whooper.
Oh, yeah, dude, for sure.
And we had the one with a handle too.
God, where was it that we had to do that?
I was at Sears. And prior to that, it was Blockbuster. But nobody paid with credit card back then. Like,
did we have to do that at the pizzeria? I don't think they had a credit card.
We didn't have credit cards at the pizzeria. It was all cash. And that was the other thing. As a delivery driver, we would have to break change all the time.
All the time. So
these dumbasses can't even figure out.
We mastered the roundup for charity.
Yeah.
It's like your bill's like $19.58. Like, your bill's $20, dude.
What was the lowest tip other than zero? What was the lowest tip you ever got?
Other than zero? Oh,
yeah, I mean, there was always the non-tippers. But what was somebody really gave you a tip? It was like, "Oh, you can have that."
Okay, so there are people that round up to the next dollar, right? I specifically remember somebody just rounding up. So it was like less than $1. It was, 60 cents, 80 cents, something like that.
I had that too, but I had it worse. Listen to this one.
Do you think they do it on purpose, or do you think in their mind, like maybe they were drinking or something, and they think they're rounding up to like 20 from 15?
I no. I think they do it on purpose, because I would say out of 20 people, 4 of them did that bullshit, and then about 2 of them didn't tip at all. And the standard, by the way, standard tip, just to let you know, your delivery fee for a pizza driver does not go to the driver. It goes to the location. $1 goes to the driver. The company does not pay gas for that driver. So that's coming out of their pocket. So remember that. So they get $1 to come bring you your stupid ass pizza. And then if you don't tip them, all they're getting is $1. So essentially, they have paid you to come bring you your goddamn pizza. Now, and the other thing is,
you do get some sort of hourly wage, but you have to think about.
Yeah, but it was minimum wage. It was $5.55 when I was doing it.
Sure, and you have to think, like, we were there for like 3 or 4 hours without even being on the road. Sometimes,
washing dishes.
Right.
We clogged that sink every 5 minutes.
I fucking hate dishes.
I do.
Hey, so can I tell you, I know we're going to segue, but can I tell you a really, really funny story about doing dishes?
Do it.
So there's a golf course in town, right? You know which one. The main golf course in town. I worked there in the kitchen. So I worked there with a friend. And actually, I worked there with a friend, and that's where I met another friend. So it's a good group of people. I would not scrub the dishes. I had the Frank method. And the Frank method was, if you put it through, the dishwasher that was in the corner?
Yeah, the thing goes down.
Always, right? It was always in the corner. It was a freaking conveyor belt, right?
Literally all it did was spray dirty water on dishes.
All the time. That's all it did. Hot, dirty water.
Yeah.
So I had a method that if it didn't get cleaned in 7 times, I just threw it out.
You threw it away?
Whatever it was. I threw it away. So, because, look, If it doesn't get cleaned in 7 times, it's dirty.
Yeah, scrub it.
No, I wouldn't scrub it. But like the big metal pans, I would just have them go upside or right side up. You're supposed to do them the other way so that they drain the water. But I knew I was going to put it through like 6 more times. So I would just do it right side up so it filled up with the hot water and it flushed everything out of it.
Yeah, so for the people that never had to wash dishes because you live a very wonderful life, to those that don't have any damn clue what we're talking about, so in the corner there is this stainless steel, almost looks like a cage thing, and in it is your typical rack.
Kind of like a guillotine in a way, right? It was like this handle with a door and you just crank it down.
Yeah, so this thing that's a square like metal encasing would go over the top of what essentially is what is in your dishwasher. It would go up, you would slide them in, and typically you had 2 of them, but I only used the one. So I would bring the one in that was loaded, put it down, and it maybe washes those dishes for 20 seconds. Maybe, if not 10. So it blows in there all this supposedly hot water that supposedly has stuff that kills germs. Bullshit. That's just hot water because it stinks. And then you pull it out the side. Now, Pizza Hut, it's not such a big deal because you got to think all that is cast iron skillets that are cooking them pizzas.
Yeah, I actually have Pizza
Hut. Yeah, you had dishes.
No, but I actually have Pizza Hut cast iron skillets, like the pan.
They're the best. You weren't allowed to scrub them. So if there's something left, it would burn off anyways. Do you scrub your cast iron skillet? Not normally, at least.
No, this one's still like it's burnt off, but it still has a lot of crusting on there. It's good. But it actually just
pan.
What's happened?
They have their own PAM. So that buttery taste you taste when you get a pan pizza is a spray. So have you ever been in Pizza Hut? Like in the back?
Yeah. Oh, dude, I got a good Pizza Hut story for you too, but continue.
So you remember they came in like a frozen like cracker.
Yes.
It's like freeze dried, like a rock.
Yeah, and they just threw it in the pan.
You throw it in the pan, you let it sit overnight, yeast activates, it goes and fills up the whole pan. But before you throw it in there, they have Pizza Hut PAM, but it's butter. And
but it's not. It's a spray or a rub-on.
It's a spray.
Okay. Well, that's pretty dang cool.
Yeah. So you spray the thing, you throw the pizza cracker in there, throw it in the fridge overnight. It dethaws, spreads out because the yeast activates, and then that's where you get the pan. Now the hand toss was actually nobody actually hand tosses that at Pizza Hut. Right. It looks like what's the common brand of the pre-made crust? It's like Sbarro.
Oh, I know what you're talking about. Yeah. But sometimes they're like on the corner at Publix.
Yeah,
in a bag.
That's all those are. And then thin crust is like just a giant ass cracker. And those typically are in like stacked like cardboard boxes.
Yeah.
But yeah, those things were fun because if they were half thawed out, you could hit somebody with them and knock them clean out.
Dude, this conversation reminds me that I should never drink out of a glass at a restaurant.
Mm-hmm.
Those things are not clean.
Well, that, and imagine all the people that came in there, they got God knows what, and on top of it, people that are like got the black in their teeth.
Yeah.
Right? They got like I'm not the king of hygiene, but I don't have like black rot out spots. But those
to-go cup. I don't care if I'm like Capital Grill. I'm asking for a to-go cup for my cup.
Well, seriously, I imagine Capital Grill doesn't even have the machine.
No, Kevin. The only difference between expensive restaurants and cheap restaurants are what you pay for the meal. That's it. I bet they do the dishes the same way, man.
Man, you got to think they're at a better level, though. When I worked at Ryan's Steakhouse in Titusville, they had actual physical dishwashers in there. 2 of them.
They did.
Yeah,
that's all they did all day long.
It was awful for them guys because in the pizza world, you only have to do dishes once every couple hours.
Yeah.
Whereas those guys non-stop because you don't know. Do you remember the trash cans back there was just loaded with nasty leftover food because people just get way too much just to get it.
Yeah, they overeat just because it's America.
They don't even eat it. They just throw the shit away.
Yeah.
Nasty. is what it is.
Yeah, just whole plates just go in the trash. Hey, so I was trying to remember. There's a couple things this reminded me of. So the trash can had the magnet on it, so you couldn't throw away silverware. Do you remember that?
Did you know that Flow Rider's job originally in Vegas was to he was one of the guys that was paid to go through the buffet trash to look for silverware people had thrown away.
That's a terrible job.
Yeah.
Yep.
But here's the cool thing. We can relate to him. I can tell you that probably 70% of the people we know have never had to do what we just talked about.
Worked
And I'm
at the
proud
restaurant?
of them. Not work at a restaurant, but work the shit job of a restaurant. It's
Oh,
one thing
yeah.
to be a waiter or a waitress. It's a whole nother thing to have to wash the dishes and sweep that nasty ass floor at night and get
Dude.
out that hose and spray that floor. Ugh.
Do you remember the process though? Because it's sweeping, and sweeping isn't like what you do in your house when you're getting up like pet hair or some dirt that your kids brought in. It's like chunks of fucking bread and food that you're sweeping up just so you can like get scalding hot water down on it, just so that you can mop it, just
Yeah.
so that you can bleach it.
Yep.
Like,
and then
that
you
was
do that little squeegee thing and go to town, and it smells awful.
And then the mats that the cooks sat on all day, or the ones that you stood on all day, you had to drag out and basically pressure wash with that hose.
And they were always wet from the night before and stunk like mold.
They were, when you brought them in, like when your shift started and you grabbed them, they were still wet.
Yeah. Did you work at Ryan's?
Yeah.
Do you remember the smoking bathroom inside the back?
Yep.
Everybody smoked cigarettes in there. It's like, why didn't they go outside?
I don't know. The times were different.
They were smoking weed. It was cigarettes. Like they would get into the thing and just smoke. It was cold in that bathroom.
Yeah. So I remember that. So when I worked at a golf course here in town, the head chef had a mirror put on top of the toilet, so like the back of the toilet. It was just a big mirror tray sitting there.
Dude, the weirdest people you'll ever meet work at restaurants.
Yep.
Because they don't drug test. So it's like you get I worked with a homeless guy named Josh, and he was the one making all the fried chicken for Ryan's. And I remember he was cracked out. He was either cracked out or drunk, and he dropped. What the hell I wish Tyler was on. The one time I wish Tyler was on, because he was standing there with me. I remember he dropped something, and out of reaction, he stuck his hand in that big-ass fryer in Ryan's where they cooked all the chicken, just stuck his hand right down the oil.
So I had the most legit job at Ryan's. I'm not even going to lie. I didn't – you know what I did all day long? I took those big old slabs of steak or beef, and I ran them through the bandsaw.
That was your whole job?
All I did all day long was cook steaks.
Oh, so that's actually what Joey Coppola and Mr. Coppola used to do.
Really?
Yeah. I only lasted there a week and a half because I was working at Sears at the time, and I just gotten asked to leave my home. That's the nicest way to put it. And I was living with Tyler on his couch, on his floor, and thankful for that, by the way. And I remember I had to get a second job because I had to get enough money to, afford my own place. And I took that job at Ryan's, and I gave them my schedule of Sears and said, hey, you can't schedule me these dates. Those are the dates they scheduled me, because they didn't listen and thought those were the days I could work. So then I get a call, and I'm at Sears. They call me at Sears. By the way, they called me at my work. So they knew I was there, now that I think about it. So they call me at Sears, and they're like, where are you? And I'm like, I'm at Sears. They're like, well, you're supposed to be here. I'm like, no, I'm not. The guy's name was Wade. I said, I gave Wade the days that I can't work. And they're like, no, you said those were the days you could. I go, well, that's not the case, but what do you want to do? And they're like, you can either come here or you're fired. I said, well, considering I make a lot more money at Sears, I think I'm going to stay here. So I lasted a week and a half. My shortest stint on a job was 2 days. I worked as an iron worker and found out I was scared to death of heights. And Yeah, I had to, after the second day, I'm like, I can't. I just can't. My legs wouldn't handle it. They were shaking because we were like 65 feet up. And once I get above like 15, I get weird. But yeah, but the best time I ever quit a job, and I think I've already told you this one, but I didn't tell the people that watched this, as I was working, I was trying to get a job at Sonny's, and I was working at no, I was trying to get a job at Blockbuster, and I was working at Sonny's. And I took the job at Sonny's because Blockbuster was taking their sweet time of hiring me. So I needed to make some money. So I got a job at Sonny's. I was the bread guy. So that, just to let you know, even to this day, they have a guy that's designated to do nothing but your garlic bread. That is your whole job all day. So imagine being above a flat plate, like hot plate, just flipping greasy bread all day. It gets all up in your face. Like if you didn't have acne, now you have acne. And it was not thrilling, but it was a job. And I remember I got a call and they were like, and Blockbuster's like, hey, we need to have, you can come in. We got the job opening. When can you be here? I'm like, I can be there in 5 minutes. I'm literally on my shift. And they're like, oh, are you sure? And I'm like, yeah, I'll come right now. I jumped out the drive-through window because the drive-through window in the Titusville location, my car was parked right there. And Sonny's.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah,
right
so I jumped out the drive-through window, walked over to my car, drove straight to Blockbuster, showed up there smelling like garlic bread. They gave me a shirt, and that was that. I worked at Blockbuster, 2.5 years. That was a great job, though. I like
So what's funny is Tim, who was on the show last week with us in person, he worked with me at Ryan's. That's what we did. Dude, I'm telling you, I remember it like it was freaking yesterday. There's the gray bins. You put the steaks through the bandsaw. You season them. You put the wax paper over. You season the wax paper. You cut the steaks. You throw them on. You season them. You put the wax paper on. Dude, that's all we did. And then when we would sit around until people wanted steaks, and then we would just start cooking steaks.
Their steaks weren't bad, but they weren't good.
If you put yourself in the context of cheap buffet and the fact that you can go get a steak cooked at least how you wanted it, it's not terrible. Right? Like because you could be at like the KFC buffet or freaking what's it called? The Chinese buffet here in town, which always gets me sick, by the way. But at least there you could be like, hey, give me the thickest one you could find at medium.
Well,
sometimes I just cut people.
They're using like, what do they call that cut? Because it's not the sirloin, but it's near the sirloin. It's nothing good.
Yeah, it's just I don't even know. It probably is a sirloin. It's just not the best quality, right? Because there's no marbling. There's just the one layer of fat on the outside.
Well, the other thing is they don't put anything on it. You're just cooking meat. Like there's no seasoning.
No, we made I don't know if we were supposed to, but we made a seasoning. It's basically like paprika, seasoning salt, and that's probably it, actually, to be honest with you. Seasoned salt and paprika.
Wait a second. So Corey just said China One, and Corey is not from here, but isn't that place now called China One?
Dude, there's always a China One.
But it's Ryan's Steakhouse is China One.
Oh, that's funny. No, isn't it Century One?
Every 3 months.
Isn't it Century One or something like that?
Well, I think it was, but I think it turned to China One.
Oh.
No, it was New Century Buffet. No.
New Century.
Yeah, I think so.
You know, that's where I ate like basically just like whole steamed baby octopus.
Which is good, by the way.
Nope, it is not, my friend. It is not good at all.
However, you had it. The only time I've had, I don't know.
I had it at a Chinese buffet.
Wow.
So it was not good.
Well, that wasn't squid. That was or octopus. That was probably a Goodyear tire.
Oh, yeah. But I tell you what, though, the pizza I had with it was delicious.
Why is the pizza at the Chinese restaurant always so good?
It's because it's the it's like the microwave. It's a cheap microwave pizza that you always want to buy at the grocery store, but you're like, I can't do that.
Dude, every time I'm there, I get a slice of pizza. That and the chicken wings are off the chain.
The chicken wings are good.
Yeah, and then the popcorn shrimp are always good too.
Yeah. Yeah.
So where are we going to eat?
Every time we do this, man. Every freaking time we do this. I know we started the conversation with the taco place. That was delicious. We need to go again. I will give them all the credit in the world. Tin and Taco, Waterford Lakes. I don't even know if it's a chain.
The brisket one was the good one.
The brisket taco was delicious, and so was the al pastor.
Yeah, because the pineapple.
Okay, we're gonna settle this once and for all because we are the deciding factors on a lot of things in life.
Our show, damn it, we make the rules.
Yes, pineapple on shit is delicious,
including
pizza.
Yeah,
tacos.
We probably just lost a bunch of subscribers.
I would put it on a burger.
I've had it on a burger. It's delicious.
Barbecue pineapple on a burger. God, it sounds amazing.
Hawaiian. So here's what it was. So it was pineapple coleslaw. So it had the pineapple and the coleslaw, but then it had barbecue sauce, like a tangy barbecue sauce, bacon, and the burger. It was good.
That sounds delicious. I love pineapple. I don't know why. It's good. It's delicious. It's sweet.
Frank, if you ever had, so I was a little leery, but the first time I actually had like octopus, like a straight up like octopus arm, was at a place called the Boathouse in Fort Lauderdale, which is a upscale fish place, like on the water. And I went there with my friend. He's from South Korea, and that's common there. So he's like, do you mind if we get octopus as an appetizer? And I worked with him, and I'm like, never had it, but I'll try it because I'll try anything. It was fantastic. So the way you had it is terrible. It's kind of like when you get pad thai from a buffet. It's terrible, but pad thai in reality is delicious.
Yeah, I get that because pad thai is so good.
Pad thai dries out when it's on a buffet. That's the problem with it.
Yeah. Oh, for sure. Pad thai. It's really tough because we've had various forms of pad thai. Like Pei Wei for me is like the McDonald's of pad thai, right? You know what you're going to get all the time. It's good. Yeah. You can count on it. But then we've gone to other places, right? Like the most recent time down in I think it was were we just in Boca, Fort Lauderdale, or something.
Yeah, that was Siam rice.
Yeah, but that was totally different, but also delicious.
That one was more authentic.
Correct.
I feel like the pad thai that comes from, and don't get me wrong, I love it, but the pad thai that comes from Pei Wei is generic. Whereas if you go to a place like Siam Rice, which is actually probably, I would assume, Thai owned, it's got a whole different feel to it. But I've had some bad ones, though. I've had some really bad ones. But, yeah.
Okay, so there's this place in Rockledge by Morel. So, when you get off 95, right by the Lowe's? I think that's Morel, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, where the if you're going to the jump place for the kids.
Yes, right there, literally right there. There was it was Thai, not just Thai. It was like Asian. So there was also like some sushi and some Japanese stuff. So I would always get a spicy tuna roll and pad thai. Dude, I remember eating there and then shitting my brains out, right? And then 2 days later, it gets closed for health code violations.
That means it was good.
Oh, it was so good that I was like, I'm going to eat it again. It was so good. I don't care if I had to shit. But looking back, you're like, God, that is terrible.
Well, I told you this story, but I haven't told the show this story. The first time, so my family growing up, my dad's not a picky eater now, but back then he was, and I think it was because I think he worked on the road like me, and he went to a certain restaurants, and it was what it was, and he never really ventured out. But as he got older, he started to venture out, and it's funny because I can kind of remember when it happened because I was probably like 16 and I had always been told that seafood was disgusting and we never ate seafood. Never touched sushi. And there was a lot of things I didn't realize I liked. So we went to an all-you-can-eat buffet at the Renaissance Hotel right next to SeaWorld. They have a
Yes.
huge buffet, by the way, for Thanksgiving.
I did not know that.
Christmas. It is the largest one. It's like a Vegas one. So they had everything. So I tried duck for the first time. I tried a whole bunch of different seafoods. I tried all these sushis, and I'm like, I like this. Like, I like seafood. I'm like, what the heck is wrong with you? Why'd you tell me I wouldn't like this? And ever since then, I tried everything. And now my thing is I will try anything once. But all that to be said is I kept hearing that, Thai food is good, but I had never had it. And this was probably 10 years ago. Maybe, no, it's probably 15 years ago. And the guy I worked with, he's like, I know you don't eat that type of stuff. And I'm like, it's not that I don't eat it. I've just never had the opportunity. He goes, well, go to this place called Thai Spice in Fort Lauderdale. And he's like, and I'll tell you what to order. So he told me to order the shrimp pad thai with tom kha gai soup. And he's like, here, I got a birthday certificate, but I don't have a chance to go down there. Just, use it for you. So it was like 10% off. I get down there. Now, that Thai food is cheap for the most part. Not there. My lobster pad thai, I think, was $41. My tom kha gai soup was like $8. This place was in a straight up Better Call Saul, little Quick Mart area. Looked like hell from the outside. You walk in and it's like all of a sudden you've walked into Beverly Hills. It makes no sense. The food was so good that at that moment I was like, lobster pad thai is the greatest thing I've ever had. But I couldn't afford it without the coupon. So I went there again like 2 nights later because I was down there for a week, and I got the chicken pad thai because it was less expensive. And again, it was remarkable. So good. Well, where I came back to reality is now I'm thinking, well, pad thai is my favorite thing to eat. I went to a regular old place that served pad thai. Disgusting. Absolutely disgusting. And comparatively speaking, every pad thai I've ever had since then doesn't even hold a candle to that pad thai. So unless I want to get what I search for, it's almost like a drug. Like you hear from people, they're like, you ask them, you're like, why do you keep doing crack when you know it's bad for you? They're like, we're just chasing that original high. Yeah. Well, my drug of choice is pad thai from Thai Spice.
Yeah, you're just chasing that dragon until you find another one.
Oh, I'm telling you, and it is so good, Frank. You can't, and I keep saying we got to go there, and we never do because we're tired by the end of the day. But we are going to go to that goddamn place. It is so good. Morgan always makes fun of me because she calls it my stinky soup.
This is absolutely delicious, by the way, Kevin.
Which one is that?
This is High West Whiskey, American Prairie Bourbon. It's got that the after note is like breakfast cereal. Or it's like biscuits.
Oh, that's the one you were telling me about.
Yeah. It's weird. I don't know how they did it. But it's good.
That's funny. Hold on one sec. Let me do something real quick here. I feel like hold on.
But you're right, because every time we talk about going there, it's like, I don't care. I'm just hungry. Like, it doesn't even have to be good at that point or be expensive.
What's the best thing you've ever eaten? Because that's the best thing I've ever eaten.
Like that place? Oh, shit. Ah, damn it. My crotch is full of wet whiskey.
Well, It happens. At least you got pants on.
Yeah. Remember the time I was only wearing underwear and did that? I don't know the best thing I've ever eaten, man. I could probably tell you like the best steak I've had, or the best like I don't even know if I could tell you the best Chinese food, man. The best pizza, like that sort of thing. But I don't think there's. I love food so much. They're like all my children. I couldn't pick one over the other.
Tony says you got whiskey dick.
I do have whiskey dick.
You ever had that happen? I haven't.
I have never not been. I swear to God, I'm saying this on live. This is TV these days. We're calling this live TV. I've never had whiskey dick. I could be dead asleep and ready to go.
All right, so that brings up a good point.
Good point.
I'm telling Tony to get on the show. It's been too long. He got married.
He did.
Yep, he's part of us now.
No, I spilled it all over my shirt.
Oh, he said he'll get on in a few. Where was I going with that? Because now you sidetracked me.
Oh, I'm a mess. This is the difference between you being in the studio and not. I can't feel if we're getting drunk or hammered or anything.
Oh, I'm fine. I'm only on number 3. I'm taking it easy. What number are you on? Yeah, it's abnormal for you to be ahead of me.
But there's one more.
Oh, yeah. Don't do that too many times. Stop it. Oh, so the show is going to end up just being me by myself talking to what is the equivalent of Weekend at Bernie's over there on the couch.
Yes.
That was delayed as hell.
I'm very good. I can't hear you.
What's your best restaurant? A surprise restaurant, like mine was that Thai Spice place. What was a place you did not expect to get good food, but you got good food?
Oh man. Okay. There's this place in St. Louis. I want to say it was called Lombardo's, but it's not the steakhouse. It's not the Lombardo's chain steakhouse that's in a few places. Do you know that, Lombardo's?
No.
Okay, that's fine.
I think you're thinking of Lombardi's.
Maybe, but it's a steakhouse, Lombardi's? Yeah. Okay, so this was Lombardo's, and we were there on a business trip there's like 60 of us at this conference for an entire week. So there's probably 15, 20 of us all go to this restaurant. And so they bring us down to the basement where they have a like party room, banquet room kind of a thing, right? And so that was the first time that I had toasted ravioli.
Oh, that's good.
But they weren't the little ones.
Oh, really?
They were like full-size toasted ravioli.
Sounds good.
Oh my God, with shredded cheese on top, you know what I mean, and just drizzled with their marinara. And then they had, a lot of us had like the veal parmesan, which was so good. So that caught me by surprise because when you walk up to that restaurant, you're like, I was thinking, and I don't mean this to any offense, but I was thinking more like the pizzeria we worked at. Right?
Yeah.
Awesome. I'm going to get a good slice of pizza. Maybe I'll try a pasta dish, but really I'm just getting a good slice of pizza unless somebody tells me that they have a specialty, you know? But everything was so delicious, man. So that one caught me by surprise because I really just thought it was like a pizza night.
By the way, catching by surprise, and people are going to think this is just a plug, but it's true. Valentino's has some really good food other than pizza.
They really do, and not I say not a lot of people. A lot of people know that, but if you just go for their pizza, you're missing out.
By the way, Corey, I've never had Mongolian barbecue, but I heard that's pretty good.
Mongolian barbecue,
Yeah, Bob said. I think that's where you cook is like Friends, and it's like in the center. That's a Korean barbecue. Never said. No, never mind. But no, I've never had it. But and then it says, "Have you ever been to Tampa Turnaround? Have you?" That just sounds like something that I don't even want to talk about. I'm afraid to Google that. Frank, you Google that.
What, Tampa Turnaround?
Yeah, that sounds like something Bob's just trying to get bait us into.
Hey, so listen, guys, since obviously I've cracked open the can of tattoo worms, and I'm just going to go ahead and get them done now. I really thought about doing this because of this show. Do you remember one of the first episodes where I said I was going to get we were talking about how people get their blood type tattooed on them and stuff? Do you remember any of that? It's like they get it on their ankle. Like the people that do like the Iron
You're
Man
gonna
and
do that? We're no longer friends.
No. And then I said I was gonna get like a message tattooed on my ankle or just tattooed on me.
Oh, delete my browser history.
Yes.
Oh God.
Because of this show, I'm gonna get just a tag to look like a dog tag, and it just says delete my browser history.
Or delete OG show.
Just delete
Have you ever
everything.
thought about the fact that if we ever got any high-paying job, we may as well just right now just say, "Oh, well, we're getting fired one day over this."
I think about it all the time. So I'll be in my shop. I was actually in my shop today building something, thinking to myself, because we had talked about doing a show. I was in the shop when you called me, and thinking to myself, what if my job said you can't do that show anymore? Or not even. There's not even. They wouldn't even give you the option because there's too much out there for us to be judged on.
Oh, way too much.
So they couldn't even say you have to stop doing the show. They'd be like, no, you have to delete everything.
Well, speaking of work, we just got an email just now.
For work?
Yeah, it never ends. It never ends.
Yep.
Yeah, we both did. So, oh my goodness.
It's all right. So Tampa Turnaround is making me say that I'm not a robot. They're capturing me at Tampa Turnaround here. Oh, well, we lost Kevin. He's reading work shit.
Because I don't even know who this is.
All right.
Like, I can't read this out loud, but yeah, I'll deal with this another day. My blood pressure will get up.
Turnaround Tampa.
Yeah, look what he said it is.
What is it?
You can't see it? I'm not reading that.
Okay, so it's not good?
No. You seriously can't see that comment?
Oh, I'm not reading the comments. I'm Googling it.
Oh, no. Look, read the comments. And
I
it's
can't see
turnaround.
anything.
You can't see anything.
Comments? The last comment I see is from Bob.
Corey
I'm
will
telling
want to comment.
Oh my God, I haven't seen any of these comments. Hold on.
By the way, Corey says the Mongolian barbecue is when you pick all your ingredients out of like a bar of meats and fun stuff, and then you hand it to them and they cook it for you. That sounds good.
Mm.
I'd be like, here, the whole bar. The whole bar. Just cook me that.
Give all of it to me.
Every bit. Give me all the meats.
All right, so what was – I don't even know how we got on food here, but this is fun. So we just said what we thought was our best, our most surprising.
Check your messages. Sorry, Frank. I sent him a message and he ignored it.
Check my messages?
No. I sent Bob a message. He ignored it.
Oh.
If you're just joining the show, we're coming off the rails at this point right now. We've held it together for an hour and a half. So if you're just joining, this is on you at this point.
Yes. So no. So what was like? You ever wait a ridiculously long time for food?
Yeah,
Like
Buffalo Wild Wings. Oh, we have a friend.
forget whether or not it was good.
Yo. Can you hear us?
Yeah, I
Yeah,
can hear
he's
you.
watching the show, so he's got it on delay.
Sound better than us. Why does all of our fans, well, I wouldn't consider Tony a fan. He just tolerates us. But why does everybody sound better than we do?
You guys sound good.
No, you sound way better.
So
You know-
Tony has been on the show before for the old timers. What? Gosh, I'm forgetting the name of the show. But is it defunct, or are you going to bring it back?
Hold on 1 second. I'm gonna have to I think pipe the audio through my headphones real quick
Okay.
Okay.
because I'm getting the feedback loop from my speakers coming through my mic.
Are you watching it though? Like, are you watching it on Facebook still?
That's probably what his problem is. That's what happens to everybody.
It happens to Jeff all the time.
Well, Tony's good friends with Jeff too, so that would make sense. It's
All right,
It's a-
can you hear me?
Yeah. So are you watching us on StreamYard or are you watching us on Facebook? Because if you watch on Facebook, it's delayed as balls.
On Facebook.
That's your problem. So you need to be on the StreamYard link. Welcome, Jeff number 2. His name's
There we go. right.
his name's Tony Burley Earlio.
I closed out the Facebook because I was hearing both of those.
So to be continued. That was the name.
Yeah.
So what happened? Are you guys still around? Is it dead? Is there going to be a resurgence?
It's been gone. Well, we stopped doing the show, what, a year and a half ago now? Something like that. Yeah,
How long
no.
was it on, Frank? Just
How long? Just us?
Yeah.
It was. Wasn't it around the Super Bowl?
Yeah, it's 2 years then.
It'll be
On
2
2
years in February.
And we would have had you on, Tony, during those first couple of months because we were filling spots.
Right.
Yeah, that was one of our long. Actually, no, that was the 4 of you were on, right? 4 of
Yeah.
us.
Yeah,
Yeah.
me. Was Jeff? Did Jeff come over?
Jeff came over, yeah.
Yeah, I thought so. Yep. While my
And
wife got drunk in the corner of the
Yeah,
studio.
she was the creeper in the corner, remember?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Creeper. She was your girlfriend at the time.
Yeah. Then became fiance, and now we're all shacked up, married.
Yeah, it's because of the show.
Right there, brother.
She was attracted to my fame originally. Then it wasn't the money, that's for sure, because we didn't make a fucking dime.
Have we ever made any money? I think
Yeah,
we did.
remember we made like 7 cents or something like that.
We are an equitable corporation.
Hey, but think about the shit we got for free. We got free dinner like 2 or 3 times.
I got
Kevin got a free vacation.
Yeah.
We got free sunglasses.
Yeah.
That's it.
Free mentholated ball shave cream.
Yeah.
We did. Yeah, we got shave cream. So that's not bad. If you take that and divide it over 2 years, looks
That's
like a
like-
stimulus package.
Well,
yeah,
the
yeah, pretty much.
is hopefully going to get vetoed because that thing is worthless.
Yeah.
Dude, did you hear that part of the stimulus package, part of that whole bill? It makes illegal streaming a felony from a misdemeanor.
Well, then we're screwed.
That's in there.
I-
Illegal streaming is now a felony because of that bill.
Do
Like-
I need to contact my attorney or something before I
Yeah, the
continue
COVID
talking, or-
relief bill. Yeah, if you're on the show right now, you should probably contact an attorney.
Well, if
Tony.
I had podcast money, I might have one of those. But
Are you
I
still
am.
doing,
What's that?
are you still doing the gaming thing?
I was for a while, and I really enjoyed streaming my games and stuff. But that kind of fell off like just before the wedding and all, because I was so fucking crazy busy with trying to do wedding stuff. And then like weeks before my wedding, my dad got COVID, and there was just all kinds of family stuff going on. So I didn't have the time to be dedicating to it. So I might pick it back up here in a little bit. But
How's
Right
your dad now?
still in the hospital, still in ICU from all that stuff. Been there like 2.5 months, but he's on both a ventilator and this thing called an ECMO machine.
Okay. What's that
Um,
supposed to do?
So the ECMO machine, they take a tube and they put it into the right chamber of your heart, and essentially it replaces your heart and lungs in the bodily equation by taking blood out of you. It takes the CO2 out of the blood, puts oxygen into the blood, and then pumps it back into your body so that your lungs don't have to really be processing oxygen. They can just heal.
That's the biggest thing with the ventilators, right? Was just being on a ventilator made it harder for you to actually heal. Or am I wrong in that?
Yeah, because the lungs are still working to process oxygen and do all that, and so they, like I said, they had him on both of those things, or they still have him on both those things. Luckily, we just found out today. They were like telling us that they don't expect him to be out of the hospital till like Easter.
Wow.
Yeah, and he's already been in there like 2.5 months. But they told us today that the ECMO machine has like the knob goes from 1 to 10, and he's been on like a 4.5, maybe 5 for a couple weeks now, and they've got him all the way dialed back to a 1. So they're gonna try and wean him off of that here real soon.
Is he conscious?
Yeah. He was sedated for like a month, like 5 weeks or something like that, where he was completely like 100% sedated. But he's been conscious and alert and doing physical therapy stuff for several weeks now. So
anything pre-existing, or this came out of nowhere?
No, actually, with my dad's 61 years old, I think. And this ECMO machine, he was originally at a hospital down in Vieira, and then they said he was on a ventilator, and they're like, the ventilator's not enough, but that's all we can do for him, so we're going to transfer him to Orlando, where they have more technology and shit. And we're going to try and get him onto this ECMO machine. They said, but we can't guarantee that the doctor over there will actually do it, because the average recipient for this ECMO machine is between 25 and 35 years old, and he's twice that.
Oh, okay.
But the doctor, he got there, and the doctor's like, dude, he doesn't have high blood pressure, he doesn't have heart problems, he doesn't have any pre-existing conditions at all. So the doctor's like, yeah, I'll do it. And yeah, so he said he's getting there. He's hopefully going to be taken out of the hospital. I'd hope in the next coming weeks, and move to more of like a rehab type facility. But we'll see. Fingers crossed.
Yeah,
So,
for sure.
Was he able to make the wedding, or was this during it?
No, unfortunately, he wasn't. Actually, so I got married October 17th, which was a Saturday, and the Wednesday before that was when they transferred him from the hospital in Vieira to Orlando, when he was in like real rough shape. So, and at that point, like, he didn't go into the hospital till like 2 weeks before the wedding, and it was kind of late to be canceling all of the all the venue and the food and the people that were booked to fly in from out of town and all this stuff. So yeah, so unfortunately he couldn't make it.
Were you able to do a honeymoon during all this?
Yeah, originally we were going to go on a cruise, and then that obviously got canceled. And then we were going to, when we got the refund from the cruise, we were going to go down to the Keys for like a week and say, well, we'll just kind of do something quasi local. Well, they didn't close it. Actually, we decided the Keys was still open and still had shit going on, but the weekend that we were going on our honeymoon was the same week as Fantasy Fest. And
that's made it a good
time. And so we decided against that. Where we'd heard some stories.
Man, I heard it's a blast.
Yeah, that's a honeymoon in style, bro.
I mean, they always say when you're on your honeymoon, there's a whole lot of getting busy. But some people that we know that have been down to the Keys quite a few times said the last time that they were there during Fantasy Fest, on 3 separate occasions in one trip, they saw a guy blowing another guy on the sidewalk.
That's just New York City.
And I was like, you know what? I mean, as much as I'm not opposed to blowjobs, I don't necessarily want to see them being passed out.
For sure. For sure.
So my goal on my honeymoon was to get as many as possible, not witness strangers on the sidewalk getting them.
As many as possible.
Yeah.
I have 2 quick questions. You guys know me. I'll forget them, so I have to ask. And cut me off if you seriously, like, if you don't want to talk about it, the family stuff and whatnot. But The first one was, I'm trying to remember the timing. Did you guys plan the wedding? Like, did you guys get engaged during the pandemic, or was it before?
So we got engaged a year ago November. So it was like just a month, month and a half before, like it was really kind of, the word was kind of getting out of there, getting out there about COVID, but nothing was shut down or anything. And then so we got engaged November 8th or 9th or something like that. And then
you usually do the whole soak in the engagement thing, and then like we got a plan at some point, but you don't really do it right away, right? Is that kind of, that's how we did it.
We planned we booked our venue like a month later, because we already knew we had already talked about getting engaged and stuff, and she knew the date that she wanted to get married because it was the same date like 50, 60 years ago or something that her grandparents got married. So she wanted to get married on the same date. Yeah. So we knew October 17th was the date we were getting married. We just had to find a venue that was available that day. And so
it sounds weird, but it's like, if the date is the most important thing in this circumstance, it's like, it's got to be 2020, or like it's a whole nother year,
Right, exactly. So that was, we picked the venue and stuff like right after the new year. Things were still kind of boiling up with the whole COVID thing, and then right about what was it, like late February, March was when things started really shutting down. But yeah, we had already had the venue and stuff booked then, so we're just like, the COVID thing, well, it's not going to last. It'll be here for a couple months, and by the time the wedding comes around, they'll have relaxed all this shutdown shit. And they did.
I missed it. Where'd you end up again? Because it wasn't Key West or the cruise.
We ended up over in St. Pete Treasure Island.
Oh, that's a good area.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun.
Yeah,
I like that area because that's over near Sanibel, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. Have you ever been to Sanibel?
Yeah, I've been. Well, there's been a
Tony. Have you or no?
What's that?
Have you been to Sanibel or not?
No.
Okay, so Kevin you were there recently, right, Kevin?
Not recently, but I've been there a lot.
Okay, I feel like somebody was there recently, but it's a cool spot, right?
Oh, the beach is huge. It's like, how you go to New Smyrna, it's a long stretch till you get to the water. Imagine that times 4.
Yeah. Yes, Treasure Island was the same way. Like our hotel was right on the beach, and it was like a 1/4-mile walk from the hotel door to like down to the water.
It's like you could have built a house halfway in between.
Yeah, and had a good sized lot.
Yeah, for real.
On some stilts.
Yeah, so we kind of lucked out though with the whole with going over there. We booked our honeymoon only a couple weeks before the wedding, because we were kind of waiting to see if maybe the whole cruise thing was gonna pick back up, but that didn't happen. But we got to the hotel. We had booked. My wife's only request was that we had a balcony, so obviously we couldn't be on the first floor. We had a balcony that faced the ocean because she wanted to be able to wake up in the morning and drink her coffee and look at the ocean. So I said, okay, cool. I booked us a king bed oceanfront room. And we get to the hotel, we go to check in. They're like, yep, your room's not going to be ready for a few. They're still cleaning it, but just give us a few minutes and we'll have that all squared away for you. Fast forward like an hour, the room's still not ready. Then they tell us, we can't put you in that room. Or we could put you in that room, but our computer online says that it's a king bed in there, but it's not. It's 2 queens. And we're like, well, that's not going to work.
Yeah, so I got a story for that.
They look in their system and they're like, well, what if we just put you in the queen, bedroom for one night? And then I was like, no, really, you need to find me a king bed because, that's what I paid for. And so they're looking through their system and, blah, blah, blah. So then they say, well, if you're willing to move rooms on the last night of your stay, we can go ahead and put you in the 8th floor penthouse.
Nice.
Penthouse. And they're like, we're really sorry. We don't, hate to inconvenience you. And I was like, if I get to stay there the first 5 nights and on the 6th night I got to move.
Dude, 5 nights, nice.
Yeah, so our the penthouse suite was massive. The master bedroom in it alone was the size of a normal hotel room. But
Awesome.
What hotel branch was it?
it was actually it wasn't a major chain. It was the Bilmar Beach Resort.
Well, I'm sure it was fantastic.
It was a lot of fun. So
So
Don't worry, you'll never live that life again. It's over. Wrap it up in a present. Put it right here inside of your head.
yes. So
Yeah.
so listen, my theory though is always spend less money and get the 2 queen beds because
Oh,
you can have
Wink, sex bed.
yes, you have a bang bed. You take the bed away from the window and that's you bang on that one. You just
But if
rip
you're
off.
Yourself, Frank and I have decided that is the pizza bed.
Yes. So when Kevin and I get rooms together,
which one's the bang bed?
so Kevin usually takes the bed by the AC, and that's perfectly fine because he sleeps in Alaska, and I try to sleep in like I don't know Russia. It's just not as cold. So
Equally miserable and communistic, though.
yes, and I have no choice in it. By the way, Kevin wants it at like a cool 62 degrees, and that's it. So what we do is my bed. We keep the bed lice sheet on. You know, like the comforter that everybody bangs on. We keep that on until we eat because we use that as like a table.
Mm-hmm.
And then we
What kind
rip
of
off.
places are you staying in that you don't have like just a table in the room?
We do. Yeah.
I have no filter.
Yeah. So I mean, we use it when we can if it's available, but it makes it so much easier to just put the food on the bed so we can sit there. Kevin, tell Tony how much we ate the last time we had a room together.
And wings and a whole 2-liter, and we ate every bit of it. And one of the pizzas was barbecue sauce based because it was barbecue chicken with bacon. It was so good, by the way. And I bit into the first bite, and it shot barbecue sauce all over the top of Frank's bed, and it was like straight up shit. Like he had shit in the bed.
But that's the point. So then you just get to rip off the bed lice comforter, and then you got a nice clean bed to sleep in.
Yep.
Wow.
So
are you guys working together? Or?
Yeah. He's actually learned to calibrate in the whole 9 yards now.
Wow. So is he like working in tandem in your whole South Florida area, or
well, I own the whole company now, so we're statewide. Actually, up into Georgia too.
Oh, you're back to you're not working for somebody else now. You're back to working for yourself.
Yep.
Nice.
Yep.
So I usually just go with Kevin when there's a shitload of work that needs to be done in a quick amount of time. So it's like obviously you take like a 5-day job and condense it into 2 or something like that.
Right.
Speaking of which, just to make sure, I did send you a payment.
Yes.
Okay.
I
appreciate it.
Payments.
Well, no, don't appreciate it. You worked for me. That's your paycheck.
But Tony, you missed it earlier. I don't know if you saw it or not. We were talking about like the worst part of Christmas. And I'm curious because at the stage of life you're in right now, especially relationship wise, it's probably not like the same as ours. So what's your worst part of Christmas?
Really the worst part of this is going to sound really terrible, and I hope that a lot of people aren't listening.
Don't worry, it's our show. No one's listening.
You were only a listener, now you're the guest.
So the worst part about Christmas for me is the worst part, as it's always been for me, is that I can really only tolerate my family in small doses. So having
this isn't just pertaining to like recent with your relationship. This is period, right?
Yeah. Like I mean, like I said, it's the worst part is has been the same since before I was married and even now. And it's not like I don't like my family or her family. Her family treats me great. I have zero, like nothing against any of them really. But really? I don't like I don't know. I'm much more content. Like if they would just, if we could just come hang out for like an hour, but the like having to spend like 5 and 6 hours with my family, and I mean I love them to death. Don't get me wrong, but I don't know because like I'm a pretty social person. As long as it's like social that I want to be participating in.
Yeah. You know what's weird, Kevin? Can you? I don't know if you can confirm or not, but like after you have kids, that all kind of goes away, I think, because it's more about just the kids seeing their family. And then this weird thing happens where you're able to just like turn everything off.
Yeah, I don't have that skill.
I don't hear a thing that goes on around here.
It's so weird. Like if I didn't have to entertain Tony, like if I was at my mom's house, maybe I could just sit on the couch, and if there's like a football game on or a Christmas movie, I can literally just bloop, turn everybody off and just I'm like I could be at my house right now or in my own bedroom watching this movie and I don't care about anything else. It's when you don't have the kids and stuff, I think you're a little more dialed into all of it.
Yeah, probably. And like since I mean we already guaranteed as much as medical technology can that we're not having kids. So
You get the Snippy Roo.
Best $500 I ever spent.
How bad was that?
Oh, dude, fucking like it was. I took off work on a Friday. The procedure was all of like 20 minutes long. I was in, out. The doctor spent more time trying to talk to me about Game of Thrones than he did freaking snipping my nuts.
Did it hurt though?
No. They like to use like local anesthetic. Went in. They prepped me. They said, hey, like hop up on this table, take your pants off, blah, blah, blah. Covered me up with a sheet, brought in their little rolly cart with all their fancy tools and little soldering iron looking thing in. And surgeon came in. It was like a whole, just local, like in the doctor's office, and stuck a needle in, numbed the whole area. And then bing, bang, boom. 20 minutes later, I was done.
Butthole.
What's
And
that?
your balls. You're all balls and butthole deep in the doctor's face.
So the question is though, like afterwards, could you cough? Could you sneeze? Like what's up with all that?
I mean, I didn't have any real pain. Like they gave me some pain meds, but I didn't even need to take them. I took a couple Advil like twice. And I mean, they give you all like the pre-surgery warnings, like, oh, you could end up with some discomfort, for this long and blah, blah. But no, like I said, I was back to work Monday morning. I spent Friday, Saturday, Sunday laying on the couch and icing everything. And Monday I was back to work.
Nice. The reason why I ask is because 2022 is the year of the snip for me.
Why?
2021. Sorry.
Oh.
I just assumed 2021 was going to suck as much as 2020 and skipped it.
So you're pulling the trigger on that and making sure no more babies.
Yes, because I don't know if you're aware. Yeah, I don't know if you're aware, but there's another baby dropping in February.
Oh, no, I was not aware of that. Okay.
Yeah. So I need to go ahead and cut that off because if this pandemic is going to last as long as they say it is, I mean, I could be looking at expanding from 2 to 4, maybe 5 children.
Yeah, you don't want to do that.
Oh.
I mean, personally, I'd put one of the first 2 down. Just
yeah, if I have another, right?
Yeah, I mean, you're replacing them, like upgrading a little bit or whatever. Hopefully,
sure.
Just old yeller them, and
I tend to think that with being home so much and the quarantine and stuff, like they've already lived the best life that they could possibly live.
Oh, it's
like,
not getting better.
No, right? So if they we just took both of them out, I mean, it would be fine.
Put them out to pasture.
Slowly out of this frame, like this. You ready?
Here. Kevin gets so uncomfortable when you do stuff like that.
I just did a sit-up.
But no, we were saying that Kevin's worst part, and I tended to agree with him after I already said mine, but his worst part was like going in the attic and getting all the Christmas stuff because as the years go on, you accumulate so much bullshit with the families and all the stuff. Yeah, so that was his. And I forget what mine. Oh, mine was like the last minute Christmas shopping, like having to run to the store. So Who do
Okay,
you
so-
buy for it?
I will say one of the worst things is that my beautiful, lovely wife is really like she's difficult to shop for. She doesn't have any like hobbies outside of like reading. She reads a lot, but she doesn't have. It's not like she's into knitting or some other like random hobby. And I ask her a million times, "What do you want for Christmas?" And she's like, "I don't know." And she'll give me like a couple like little things like, "Oh, I could use like some new slippers or a bathrobe or some perfume." But it's like if I come home and all she has Christmas morning is a bathrobe and some perfume, I'm gonna be in the doghouse.
I
Oh,
was
for
about to say,
sure. For sure.
I was about to say, Frank, she is definitely setting him up for a future of our lives.
So yes, you know what she's trying to say right now?
You should know better.
No, she's saying a few things. She's saying, I'm not needy. I'm the perfect girl because I'm not needy. But if you get me some bullshit, we're gonna have some problems.
Right.
Right? and here's the problem. You're newlywed. It wasn't a shotgun wedding. Right?
No.
There's no kids that come first, right? There's no something that comes first before her, right?
Yep,
So
yep.
you're going to be tempted to get her something nice. The problem is
You're setting
there's
up.
there's a multiplication factor. So if you get something nice, can I tell you where I fucked up? I bought a bunch of stuff one Christmas, right? But it's not just that I bought a bunch of stuff. I bought a Michael Kors purse the same year I bought UGG boots and a new phone.
Okay,
Right?
that's setting the bar kind of high.
That's a decent Christmas, right?
Yeah.
With some other bullshit. So now, when I fucked up was the next year I bought another Michael Kors purse.
Mm.
So what I did was I set a precedent that every Christmas you're getting a new purse.
Yeah, those are pricey.
This went on for 8 fucking years.
Luckily, she's not into like the high fashion stuff. At least I can.
Right, so don't fuck up and get it for her.
Well, that's all she told me she wanted for her birthday this past year was a nice purse because
Oh,
she's like
God.
I keep using. She's like she's not into the high fashion. She doesn't buy all the fancy shoes and she doesn't have a whole collection of purses or anything. And she's like, I don't have a nice purse. So that's all I really want for my birthday. So I went out and bought her a Coach purse. She was very specific on what she wanted. She wanted a pink, all pink Coach purse. So that's what she got.
That's funny. I got like a pink lemonade little Coach purse for her one year. I remember that too. I was like, you might as well just go pick it out because at that price point, you know what I'm saying? It's kind of like if she was going to spend $200. Yeah, but no, we did that too, which is
Okay,
absolutely fine. Yeah, it's absolutely fine. But you're still going to spend like $200.
Oh yeah, yep.
Yeah. So, but if she were to buy you one thing that was in that price range, like, wouldn't you want it to be in the exact color that you wanted it in? You get what I'm saying?
Actually, the last Christmas, she bought me this right here, a nice big like 36 gun safe.
Nice.
And I said, but I don't have 36 guns. And she's like, well, I mean, I guess there's, you got the room for them now. So I was like, is that permission to go buy more guns?
That's pretty cool.
And she's
Are you
like,
gonna
I
be
mean,
like Jeff now and pull all your guns out and eat bologna while you're showing us all your guns?
Oh my God. Please tell me
No.
you've seen some of that.
no, I have not seen that, but I can show you. I don't have any bologna though.
Dude, so Jeff literally, his setup is very similar to yours, almost flip-flopped, right?
Uh-huh.
And
He has
but
bologna
he's got
bathroom.
2 doors. Yeah, 2 doors. One of them's a bathroom and one of them's a hallway. You never know which one. And he just gets up and he goes to what we thought was the bathroom and he comes out with bologna.
Oh Jesus.
So
Yeah,
ever
and he-
since it's been the bathroom bologna episode.
yeah.
Well, I think I avoided any major long-term purse buying commitments because I asked her this year for Christmas when she refused to tell me what she wanted. I was like, "Do you just want another purse?" Because I mean, that's easy. I can go to Coach and just buy you a different pink or black or whatever color purse you want. She's like, "No, I already have a nice purse. I don't need another one." And I was like, "Well, that's
I'm
amazing."
having heart palpitations right now.
Yeah,
So-
but Kevin, I think you kind of you
cross
like
insanity.
Yeah, but the problem I think that you created was the fact that you like things very structured. You like things very consistent. You know what I mean? Like you were very consistent. I could probably tell you, and I don't even know what you ever got, Morgan, but you probably get her not the same thing every year, but maybe like a new version of something every year. Am I wrong?
No, I let her. She'll drop hints, and I pretty much just force her to tell me what she wants, and I just buy whatever it is. I don't care.
Yeah.
Where I messed up is I made an agreement to buy a Louis Vuitton purse and had no idea what I was buying,
Ah.
and then
Nope.
went in and saw the price tag, but I had already committed. And I'm a
Ouch.
man of my word, damn it.
I was actually really impressed with, like, when I looked at the prices of these Coach purses online, and I was like, "Whoa, she's not getting a Coach purse for these prices." I'm like, I could pay my mortgage with this Coach purse. And then I went to the outlet, and
That was much less.
when I saw the prices at the outlet, which apparently is just like last year's, styles or models or whatever, and I saw the prices there. I went ahead and bought her the purse and the wallet because I was like that flabbergasted on how big of a price reduction it is from current year's models or whatever.
Right. Right. The fact that you're getting something that's out of season or whatever the case is. Dude.
And then I went straight for at the Coach outlet. I went straight for hey, this is our clearance section here. And I was like, well, that looks a whole lot like the purse she showed me. I want that one right there.
For sure. That's what we did. We looked up stuff online because here's the deal. Most of the stuff that you look up online, to be honest with you, unless you're going to like, you're specifically searching like whatever the brand is and new releases, you're seeing what's in all the stores anyway. Right. And if it's already been in all the stores, that means, it's not brand new. Brand new is when you come across something that you're like, oh, I've never seen that before.
Mhm.
Right.
Well, they all look the same to me anyways.
I agree. And it's not even like real leather anymore. It's like
but not to
plastic.
them.
Yeah, exactly. To them, it's different. But there's a Coach men's store at the Vineland outlets, and I remember getting my first like big boy job since we were together, and we went in, and she actually bought me a Coach briefcase. I still have today.
Wow.
Nice.
It's pretty sick. It was like $600, and it was marked down to like $2 and change. She bought that for me and like a Coach Padfolio that matched.
Nice.
Dude, I remember feeling like $1 million wearing that thing.
Yeah, for sure.
It was definitely cool.
Did you walk in and strike a pose?
No, but I definitely was like in the mirror. Like I was like, well, let me go, go look at it real quick. I definitely was like in the mirror with my suit jacket on. Like, is this for me? The problem was I felt really weird. Oh God, Kevin, you know what was really funny? That was in the back of the Jeep when I sunk it.
Oh,
I literally had to take that Coach bag and hold it upside down while I just basically blasted it with a pressure washer.
Did it turn out all right?
It was okay. There's some scuff marks on it, so I intentionally kind of like scuffed up the rest of it so it looked good. But
if it's
yeah.
real leather, the water shouldn't be that big of an issue.
The biggest thing was the mud getting inside on like the lining.
Yeah.
Yeah, I still have mud spots like in there, but I definitely, that was the thing was you get what I'm saying, because there's that lining, water probably goes right through it, I'd imagine.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Did I ever tell you about my first Louis Vuitton purse purchase?
No.
Yeah, so Morgan, we were celebrating, I think it was our 5-year, and she goes, for our 5-year, I want a Louis Vuitton purse. And I go, okay. So, I bought Michael Kors, I bought Coach, I bought Kate Spade, I bought all these. So I'm thinking in my mind, if it's something special, right, it's probably $700-800. That's what I'm thinking. And I'm like, sucks, but she has put up with me for 5 years, and as you two know, that is a lot. So yeah, no one's going to argue that, not even me.
Hey, 5 years is a long time, period. Unless you're married and or have kids with somebody, 5 years is a long time.
Well, either me in general is a lot. So
I go, okay, that's fine. So we go to the store. I think she knew she had me like lined up because she knows once I commit, I will stick with it. And so we go into the store. She's looking at, now I do have to say in the Louis Vuitton mind that there is a entry level Louis and then there's the high end and, you know, medium. So she's looking at the entry level. So I'm like, you know, it's the most common one. It's the one you see everybody, all these women carrying. I still don't think anything of it. We go through it and she picks out the one she wants or whatever, puts it on the counter. The lady goes, that'll be, I think it was like, I want to say 1,250 or 1,450, one of the two. And yeah, no, listen. And so I go, and like my reaction immediately, she knows what's up. And she looks at me and she's like, yeah, and the straps can hold 250 pounds each. And my instant reaction is they're going to have to carry my fucking ass out of here because I'm about to pass out. And so I bought it. It was fine. But my second Louis Vuitton purchase was me being a fucking idiot. I did well at work. I had, you know, made some extra money or whatever. And we went in and I was trying to be a little badass. And so we walked by the Louis Vuitton store in the Mall of Millennium. And I go, let's go in there and get you a purse. And she's like, I don't need another one. We're fine. I go, no, let's go get you a purse. Thinking the second time I said that, she would be like, no, it's cool. She goes, all right. And I go, shit. That was number 2. And that one was more expensive than number 1. So, yeah, it was like, she's like, I'm not going to turn it down if you're going to offer it twice, which I probably wouldn't either. But I learned my lesson after that.
Your paycheck doesn't keep up with inflation, but Louis Vuitton sure as fuck does.
The crazy thing about it, though, is let's say that, you know, I got laid off, God forbid, because of COVID or whatever. Those purses hold 80% of their value.
Wow.
So, like, if you turn around and want to sell like a Louis Vuitton, let's say it's $1,000, you'll get 800 for it because they hold it. They're like a Toyota of purses.
That's why I like guns.
They are, and actually, some of them, if they're limited like release, they'll gain in value like a Rolex. Like, you know, if you buy a Rolex, you'll never lose your money. Just to let you know, always get your money back. So that's pretty cool because, I mean,
I have to get Rolex money first before I not lose it.
Yes, exactly. Right now, I'm still going broke if I save up to buy a Rolex.
I don't recommend it. I did not buy my Rolex. It was a gift, and it doesn't keep good time. And in fact, it's sitting behind me, and I can almost get. Let me look real quick. I want to this. I'll prove it to you. It's so stupid.
I need to have your kind of friends, though, ones that get me Rolexes.
It was my dad. He bought a new one.
Does he need any extra kids?
Huh?
Does he need any more kids?
I'm the only one. He could use a second one, maybe. But no, like, look right now. It says it is 1. Yeah, so we've lost, and I just rewound this and set it to the clock that I'm looking at right now, and it's already lost 1.5 minutes in a week. Every time. They don't keep good time. They're terrible.
And that precision Rolex movement ain't worth it.
Yeah, you want to know what's crazy is I had that Garmin like sports watch that I wore all the time because it tracked like heart rate and all that bullshit. I have not worn it like in the last 2 weeks. I actually have it right here because if it's near my phone, it keeps vibrating when I get messages and stuff. Dude, there's something awesome about not wearing a watch anymore.
I kind of have to.
Trust me, I think about it all the time. But I felt like I was fucking stuck to my watch.
Can I just say, like, from this angle, I feel like I look pretty jacked right now. That is not the case at all.
I think we all look better right now than we really do.
That light just hitting the eyes.
Look how gray I am.
You're not seeing like every now and then I keep like, I'm like,
oh, God, man. Oh, jeez. If I could just.
No, but Corey's right. We're like the status thing.
Trust me,
I would never buy one of these on my own.
So I don't know, man. Is Louis Vuitton the only one that holds the value like that, or do
Gucci
other? I was gonna ask about Gucci.
and Birkin, which is fucking A, man. I drank too much.
Birkin's like an English company, right?
It's not. That's the name. That's the style of the bag. It's made
Oh.
by. Jesus Christ! How do I not know this? And
I
if you
only
could-
know like 3 more. I know Gucci. I know Louis Vuitton. I know Prada. Prada shouldn't hold its value. That's not a good company.
I heard the devil wears it.
Hermes, Hermes.
Ah, Hermes.
So listen to this. Here, I'm going to turn this on the screen, and we're going to see if you guys can guess, because this is traditionally a guy's show. So I want to see your reaction of this.
All right.
All right, second hand, right? Hermes bag, Birkin bag, which is their popular one. All the Hollywood celebrities have it. Take a guess how much it costs.
Oh,
If Hollywood celebs are rocking it, it's no less than like the 5-figure bag.
But we're talking used, not first runs.
used. Used is like 6.
Yeah, so use 6, 7, somewhere there. The fuck?
I can't see it. How much?
20, 17, 9, 8, and 34.
Jesus
Well,
Christ.
that's a Gucci. Gucci's 34.
A $20,000 purse?
So listen,
Yeah.
Kevin. When I first started making big boy money, I almost bought a Hermes wallet.
How much was that? $1,000 or $2,000?
So actually, it was crazy, and this is why I almost bought it. It was in New York City, and
Look
it
at
was
that
a
stupid
it was
shit.
What,
in
on
New
Canal
York
Street?
City. How much is that?
It doesn't say. That's when you know it's expensive.
Yep.
Is
So
that
listen.
what is it they call it? The Doctor Who bag?
It looks like a Doctor Who bag.
I'm trying to look up the Hermes men's wallet. Ready to wear ties. So-
But listen. So this was New York City. This was around the holidays. So there were sales and all that nonsense, right? And this was probably like 2008, 9, something like that.
Yeah.
I almost spent $450 on a wallet.
Look at that. You were getting a deal, because look at this.
I know, that's why I should have got it. How much are they?
So this looks like a standard men's basic wallet, 1,800.
Suck a dick.
Well, yeah, right?
Okay,
Yeah.
so we'll come back to wallets in just a second if I can. I was just thinking about this, and I have to ask your guys as professional married men. Actually, give me like 2 seconds. I need to make sure the wife's actually asleep.
I love it when conversations start like this.
Hold on 1 second. I'll be right back.
Hey, Kevin.
Yeah.
So, have you ever been to any malls that like it's almost like valet is almost mandatory?
Yeah, I won't go.
So, actually, dude, you were down there all the time. The Aventura Mall.
Yeah.
So, I go to the Aventura Mall.
Sears.
Yes, so I didn't know that. The first time I'm in the Aventura Mall with my Civic Si. Bro. And I had what's up?
With the flat-headed door openers?
No, my Civic Si, the black one I had when we
Oh,
worked at the pizzeria.
okay.
Right, that was my first like nice car. So I'm there with my Civic Si, and they had to freaking valet me. Dude, they put me so far away because they didn't want me to be next to the Ferrari and the Bentley that was right there. So,
That's
dude,
funny.
the only thing I could afford to do there in that fucking mall was use the bathroom.
Yeah.
It's crazy. I couldn't even afford to go to Verizon. I almost switched from AT&T to Verizon, and they didn't even have broke ass AT&T in that mall.
Yeah, there was a Verizon in there because I actually swapped a phone out there. That's why I was in there.
Like that big round kiosk kind of thing.
Yeah.
Like the
Okay.
way the Starbucks looks at the Millennium Mall.
Yeah. So I'm trying to find. There it is. I want to see how much a new Birkin bag is. The Birkin. They don't even have a price.
Because if you have to ask, you can't afford it.
Yeah, probably true.
Okay, so I need to know how much trouble I'm in.
Oh, a lot. If you have to ask that.
Well, I don't think it's like that. So I told you that the wife wouldn't tell me what she wanted for Christmas. So I took it upon myself to say, hey, you know what we've both been talking about getting, as not her only, like larger gift, but one of her larger gifts that I got her. As I said, we've both been complaining that the TV in the living room is kind of being a piece of shit. So I decided to make one of her gifts a new TV for the living room. So I went out and got a nice, 70-inch TV and stuff like that. So that's where I'm asking, am I going to be in the shitter for
No,
not
not if you're newlyweds, but you would be if you were as long as me and Frank.
Because here's the problem with that gift. So this is for future reference because that TV is going to shit out on you, right?
Eventually, yes.
The problem is for Christmas, for a birthday, for whatever it is, you are also going to enjoy that gift.
True.
So it's not hers, no matter what.
She does watch it like on a 70-30, like compared to me.
Yeah, that, like Kevin's saying, that's fine for newlyweds because now she's gonna have an awesome watching experience. You get what I'm saying? But like for her birthday 5 years from now, if you got a fucking TV, I'm not saying you'd be in the shitter, but you'd also have to get her something nice.
I mean, I got her a new smartwatch too, so I mean,
yeah, that's cool.
Dude, look at this. Cool. Look at this.
So for us, like when we got our TV, there was no necessary occasion, right? And if you get it around Super Bowl or a sporting event, you're also a dick again.
Right.
Are you seeing this?
How much is this thing?
So this is a rubber band, just the band, not the watch.
From Hermès.
It's not even Hermès. It's $1,299.
Jesus.
For a silicone band made in China.
Yes.
Yeah, that shit's made in the same place that you can get on fucking Amazon.
And it's because it says that right there. Yeah. Airmade.
Wow.
Isn't that insane?
You just got to convince people that putting a certain name on it is worth it.
Yep.
Yeah, you got to get one rich dummy to buy in. That's it.
That's another thing that I found crazy because
what, Kevin, and Tony, you are a great thinker. What would be like one item that you think you convince rich people to buy?
Anything. Put Supreme.
No.
Look at this. Look at this. Look at this.
Oh,
right
Supreme, ridiculous. No. But I guess what I'm trying to say is, it's like there's something to Supreme, and it's not the fact that any of that shit's cool. It's that somebody, the right person, wore it.
Let me pull this up on the screen. This is the stupidest shit you ever did see. You ready for this?
See it.
Ready. $366 crowbar.
Because it says Supreme on it.
Kevin, do you know anybody that owns anything Supreme?
Is Supreme a brand?
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, it's weird though. It's weird shit.
Yeah. Let me introduce. You don't know about Supreme. Let me.
Yeah. They only have like limited release stuff, right?
Yeah.
So, for example, there might have only been like 100 of those crowbars. I might be wrong, but
so like this, for instance. So.
God, I'm so itchy.
What even is that?
Insulated, it's like a Yeti bottle.
Yeah, and it's $130.
So this company just makes like limited runs of random, everyday items, puts the name Supreme on them, and sells them to rich people for ungodly money.
Yeah, and the problem is anybody who's poor looking to come up with the next big thing can't afford to buy it to see how much bullshit it really even is.
Look at that. They got a fucking monkey wrench.
So my thought though is in all seriousness, that like Yeti, that tumbler, how much better is it than a Yeti, an Arctic, even the Ozarks that you get at Walmart for $5?
Look at this. This t-shirt's $150.
Yeah, so no T-shirt could be worth $150.
No. It's probably a Gildan tee that they put Supreme on.
All right, so we need to come up with some dumb bullshit that we can sell for a lot of money.
Look at that. Supreme sled, $300. Supreme waterproof case, $200. It's this freaking.
We need to start branding stuff as Ultra.
Hey, I bet I can do shit like that in the shop, Tony.
What's that?
I bet I can make like 2 flags a year out of like some sort of exotic wood.
Yeah.
And you're only getting 2 of them. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah. So on that same topic there, I don't know, 2-3 weeks ago, the wife and I went to Cocoa Village to go to their little arts and crafts festival they had there.
I was there.
You what?
I was there.
Oh. So when walking around this festival, you know, there's a lot of local artists and stuff like that, and I'm just curious how do you price the pieces that are up there? Because you walk by one place and they've got a painting of a sea turtle and a wave, and it's, you know, $99. You walk by another one, same general sea turtle and wave, and it's freaking $2,300. And I'm just curious how one is so much more valued than the other.
No one knows.
It's the Supreme effect, though. It's the Supreme effect, because these people are pricing. They're saying, I know you could go buy a sea turtle painting down the way for $99, right, but this one is $2,300, and there's no explanation there. It's just, if it's $2,300, it must be worth $2,300.
So, but you're talking about. I'm just trying to be devil's advocate here, right? So you're talking about 2 different artists, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Are 2 different stores, or you get like
2 different booths? Yeah.
Okay. So the artist that sells his for more is somehow getting more. You get what I mean? He wouldn't price it that way if nobody's buying it.
Oh, absolutely.
So there's something, and this is just coming from somebody who makes shit, right? And who always constantly has to think about pricing. And I think like I need to sell this as cheap as possible because I need to make as many of them as possible so I can pay my bills. Mm-hmm. Versus the person who doesn't need to make that much shit because everything he makes sells and sells for good money. So for him to make that, it took something, right? He had to give up some sort of time or whatever it is. So personally, I'm not saying his is worth more, but being as somebody who does that, I would probably actually try to look him up and see who he was.
Yeah, possibly. Because I think part of it like just comes from, like I said, that whole like Supreme effect, you know, like mentality where it's like, if you're advertising this piece of art for vastly more, you could be a no-name artist, but people are automatically going to assume that your art must be worth more money. And I think part of like the stuff that you're doing, at least from my point of view, and this is my very, I guess, layman's view, is like your stuff to me is like utilitarian. Like I'm buying a TV console or a kitchen table. I need it to do one purpose and it needs to look good, but it really is just there to be eating on. But a lot of people are buying your stuff because they have zero intent on ever eating on that. And they just want a nice looking piece. So essentially they're buying your stuff as art, not as necessarily wanting to eat off of it every night.
Right. So I make utilitarian type stuff, right? So I'm trying to sell it for the price that the person who needs it can afford it, right?
Right.
And the person painting that picture, dude, I think art is a luxury item. And the reason why I say that is because our artwork in the house comes from Hobby Lobby.
Yeah.
You get what I mean?
Yeah.
Listen to this.
What is that?
A Supreme measuring cup.
How much is it?
$53.
See, okay, so that's not outrageous. The reason why it's not outrageous, so they have, that's marketing.
They have
to
a fantastic marketing team.
Correct. Do you think so, Tony? That's marketing.
Yeah.
Yeah, because 53, somebody can stretch to buy it to own something Supreme, right? I don't know, man. I don't think it's good quality stuff if that's the case.
That is the
The-
same measuring cup that I have in my kitchen cabinet right now that says Pyrex on it for $4.
Right,
Yeah,
like you would.
thing
What
is,
could that be
Pyrex
made of?
flexing
better.
on them hose.
What'd you say, Kevin?
I said his Pyrex ain't flexing on them hose.
No.
Right, but the point is, like, what could that be made of any different than your Pyrex?
Nothing.
No.
Exactly.
Well, but how
When
is this whole Supreme thing? Like, I'm literally just now hearing about it in the last 5 minutes. So, is it like because I'm not of the mindset that like I've never been one of those people that just went out and bought something solely because it's the like trendy thing to have or whatever. Like, I mean, I've bought things that are trendy, but not because they were trendy. You know, it's like I went and got the new Samsung Galaxy phone, and it was trendy, but I also needed a new phone. You know,
We'll probably get kicked off for this, but let me see. Let me open up a video. Hold on. I'll show you what it's about. It's about flex culture. I mean, we shouldn't get kicked off for YouTube videos, right, Frank?
You got to be careful. We might. So, but the thing about flex culture that I was thinking about too is, so first off, I don't think we're in the market where this shit matters. But let's just say you're in your 20s and you live in downtown Orlando, and people come to your house every now and then, right?
yeah,
They're not
Supreme crowbar kind of matters.
correct. But you get but it does, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, but not the turtle pitcher.
Right. Yeah.
You
No,
know
I
what I'm
agree.
saying? So that's a different market. That's somebody who knows paintings and can be like, "Oh no, I know who that is."
Right.
Right? So that's the younger Supreme is like that for younger people, and it's got nothing to do with what it is. It's got something to do with that it says Supreme.
So how long has
All
this
right.
whole Supreme
We're,
thing
we're,
been going
we're
on?
all live with this.
Couple years, man. At least a couple years.
You ready?
Kevin, Supreme is what, like 5 years?
Oh no, it's been around longer than that. It's a California company that started out as a surf company and put their emblem on skateboards. But watch this. This is what it's about.
The jumper's like 600, the pants are like 120, shoes 600, and the t-shirt's like 80.
Whoa, that's weird. Here's $4.95. Gucci socks, 90. Saint Laurent jeans, $4.70. Balenciaga tee, 200. Balenciaga cap, 200. Philip Plain jacket, 1,000. What the hell? What the?
Right, so Gucci jacket and A50 maybe, and Palace 140. Inside there's Spring Forward, so I got it 150. And Givenchy pants 550. White 50. I got it by the original price, so 150. So Gucci wallet 400 maybe, and around 880.
Oh my god. Babe hoodie, 445. Gucci belt, 400. Yeezys, 1K. Hat, £10. Chain, £10. Bag, 400, around 400, 500. And you know, we have the Goyard way. 25, you know.
That's the thing, though. It's all about flexing how much your shit costs. It's all it's about.
That's rap videos.
Yeah.
Hey, speaking of which, Tony, do you still watch Rogan at all or no?
Yeah, here and there, depending on who's on it.
Did you see the one with? Yeah, me too. Late. I used to watch all of them. Now I just pick through the guests because he has some dumbasses on there.
Yep.
What's his name? The guy from Gas Monkey.
Yep, yeah, I know who you're talking about. Yep.
Did you watch that recently?
No, I haven't caught it.
Richard.
Someone stole his Hellcat, right? And he thought he lost his Hellcat in like Austin, Houston, something like that, right? So,
Frank.
What's up?
Richard Rawlings.
Richard Rawlings. There you go. So someone stole his Hellcat. He gets a call from someone like, "Hey, I think this might be your car." Sends him pictures or whatever it is. So he goes and steals his own car back from like a lot that they were using as a drug running car. So literally, I guess what happens is this car would drive through town, and it was like a symbol that like a certain drug dealer had weed or something like that. Isn't that kind of weird?
Yeah.
But that by passing through, people knew like how much was in that car or something like that. It was a weird story that he said, but basically steals his own car back, and then like as he has his car back, a rap video comes out of a rapper in that car, like recording his video. I don't know what that had to do with what we were talking about because I'm really drunk now, I think, but.
It's the highness. It's not the drunkenness.
All right, that makes more sense.
Yeah.
But isn't that fucking weird?
Yeah. Yeah, a little
The
bit.
world is weird.
Like,
Like,
oh no, because it was going to floss. What do you call it? Flex culture. That's what
Yeah.
it was going to. So flex culture was a really nice car that a lot of people wanted at the time but couldn't get. Like literally, it was Hellcat like number 2. It was the second one ever made.
Wow.
Yeah. So for a rapper to be in there, he was flexing. He was
Or-
flexing that I was in.
Probably to some degree, like, you know, among the community that knew whose car that was or whatever. Probably
Yeah.
also a little bit of a flex, saying like, "Yo, I got so and so's car. Like, I'm that street. I'm that much of a badass that I just went and fucking snatched up this guy's car and fucking now I'm shooting a rap video in it."
Yeah, so that took it to a whole new level. See, I wasn't even thinking that.
because you're high.
But my point with flex culture is that's the same reason why, because we were talking about rap videos, that's the same reason why they rent the jewelry that they're wearing in the videos.
Yeah.
And they're
Yeah.
literally repeating the price tag that they were told it's going to cost if they fuck that shit up.
The thing that has changed the most, though, is like when we were in high school and middle school and whatever, like our thing was how baggy our jeans could be. Like Jinkos were the thing. Like, and now it's my
How many
dad.
people could you smuggle into your math class in one of the legs of your pants?
Yeah, exactly. Do you remember the wide loads? The waist was the same, like the waist width was the same width around your foot.
Jinkos, you said?
Huh?
What were you saying? Jinkos? Is that what you said?
Yeah, Jinkos.
Dude, I used to ask for them every year for Christmas,
Me
my
too.
birthday, everything. And then I would rent them out in middle school.
Rent out Jinkos?
Yeah, because remember kids weren't allowed to wear them.
We
So,
were
dude, oh no, so it was in Madison Middle School. Wait, yeah, Madison Middle School, and I used to have them all in my locker, and I would rent them to people, $5 for the day.
they're still around, by the way.
They're
I was
making
selling-
they're making a comeback, and they're more like normal jeans, aren't they?
Doesn't look like it to me.
I was selling pixie sticks in middle school.
I like it. Hustling.
I took my $2 lunch money and I went to the dollar store on the way to school, and I could buy a bag of 110 of the little plastic tube neon laser pixie sticks. 110 of them for $1.
Look at
And
this.
What the fuck? That looks so fucking retarded.
That looks like something Frank would wear.
So I would
Frank,
take my
look up from your phone, you bitch, and look at these jeans.
Yeah, I'm looking at Jinkos right now.
I
No,
would
'cause you're-
take my $2 and turn it into $22 because I would take them and sell them 10 for $1 at school, and I bought the whole bag for $1.
Pixie, that's a lot.
Yeah, I was making good money.
That's a lot.
Con him the system. You know what
Yeah,
the big
man.
con job is? Is them dollar chocolate bars with the one almond in every one of the 4 pieces. Remember those?
Yeah, almond joy.
World's finest chocolate.
Yeah, those things taste like asshole. But
Is that not?
Yeah,
Oh, I
really-
know what you're talking about.
well, I'm about to pour my last sip of whiskey right here.
You know the other thing that I think is a bullshit fucking chocolate candy is those Rochers, the Fiero Rochers.
Oh, Ferrero Rocher.
Yeah, whatever the fuck it's called.
What?
I actually kind of like them. The hazelnut candy, the hazelnut chocolate things.
Ah, I hate hazelnut.
How do you
Really?
spell
Ferrero, Ferrero.
it? Oh, I see it.
Fiero.
Fiero Riocho. Guy Fieri Roach.
Ferrero Rocher.
Yeah,
Hey, you're saying it way better than we are.
dude,
I'm
it's
not nearly as drunk or high.
I like those things.
Hey, dude, you're a whiskey guy, right?
Yeah.
All right. Have you had High West yet?
No.
Dude.
Bottle of Buffalo Trace here.
Oh yeah. I've got the Buffalo Trace in the other room. I'm trying not to drink it because all these fucking hipsters keep buying it.
AKA,
But yeah, that's fine. But dude, this one is so weird. When I was looking up the flavor notes on Flaviar, is it Flaviar? Yeah. So
Flavier.
yeah, whatever. That sounds fancy.
It's supposed to.
So
it's
is
that whole flex thing. You know?
is that really how it's supposed to sound?
Yeah, Flavier.
What
I
the
think he's
fuck?
full of shit. He has no idea.
I don't
know
like
what
it.
It's the whiskey sampling company where it's like the monthly whiskey box thing.
Yep.
Yeah.
So when they were giving their take on this one, they said that it had a breakfast cereal taste. So I thought that was kind of weird. So I had to at least try it to see if I was expecting like Fruit Loops.
Fruit Loops and whiskey.
but it has like this weird aftertaste that reminds you of like biscuits. And it's
It's not helping at all.
High West is what it's called.
yeah, High West. It's American Prairie Bourbon.
Where'd you get it?
It was. I know they have it at they have it at Walmart and they have it at the liquor store and ABC. So
Nice.
it's not like you have to go to a specialty place for it. I think it was $30, $32.
So my go-to like everyday drinking whiskey, when I'm not tapping into like my Buffalo Trace or Booker's or something like that, is the Rebecca Creek Texas Ranger.
I've not seen it.
Texas Ranger whiskey, that's the stuff.
Really?
Yeah, go try it out. It's pretty good.
Where is it?
Walmart.
Okay. Oh wait, does it have like the man and woman on the label?
No, it just says it's like it's a bottle very similar in shape to like a Buffalo Trace bottle, and it just has like a regular tan kind of paper looking label, and in silver and black lettering it says Texas Ranger.
Nice. I gotta check that out. What's the price point on that?
$29 for the regular size bottle.
Yeah, that's not bad. Dude, around that same price range, I have I don't have it with me, but I got a Basil Hayden.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I've got a bottle of that in the cabinet.
Yeah, I was impressed as far as for the price point. It's pretty good.
Yeah.
I don't know what else is around that price point that I think Buffalo Trace for me is mind blowing how it's $25.
Yep. And it won like every award in 2018 you could possibly win.
Yeah. And that's why obviously it's hard to find now, but I was drinking that thing since around then 2017. And
Yep.
you could walk into ABC and get it anytime you wanted.
Yeah, now good luck.
I know. Now I got a call and dude, it's so funny. I walked in and I was like, "Hey, you don't happen to have Buffalo Trace, do you?" And she's like, "Last bottle right here."
Yeah, they keep behind the counter now. It's not even like out on the shelf.
Bullshit. Oh, dude, I actually for Christmas just got a bottle of Harmony.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice.
I was not going to spend $89 on a bottle.
I bought 2 bottles of Booker's for $90 a piece.
Jesus.
Yeah, but they're good. I really enjoy some Booker's.
I've never had Booker's.
So funny enough, it's made by the same people that make Jim Beam.
Okay.
And so like one of the original distillers of Jim Beam was a man called Booker No. So
Oh shoot, I have heard about this.
that's where
Yeah.
Booker's comes from. But it's of the Jim Beam families, but it's not branded as a Jim Beam product.
It's the original recipe though, isn't it? Yeah.
I believe so, something to that effect. But yeah, it's 126 proof or something like that. It's really high up there, but it's really, really good stuff.
So one of these days to save money, we should each get something. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Or like something that you know. So for example, like if you ever like I've got, I don't know, a good scotch or something, or if I picked up a bottle you haven't had, we should trade glasses.
Absolutely.
All right. I have
can't
to interject real quick and go back to one thing because we got sent from Corey a picture he found of himself in the past. Look at that thing. The Jinko era.
Love it.
Every single one of them.
Wow.
Ridiculous.
In a snowboarding shop.
Yeah, there's a lot going on in that picture. Like, what is going on in that picture? Like, where are they? Why is there a DJ? Who are they looking at? Because the DJ's behind them. So what's in front of them?
Well, they're obviously somewhere colder because the guy on the left that's like looking at the camera is in Jinkos and a leather jacket, a cheap leather jacket from the looks of it.
Well, like,
Or-
is there a DJ back there?
Yeah, I see the DJ right behind him.
Yeah, so dude, there's a lot going on in this picture. The drop ceiling is black. Like, what store have you ever been in that the drop ceiling is black?
Maybe it's a nightclub.
That sells
Are they at the Odyssey 2000?
Dude, I was just gonna
That's where
say
they're
that.
at. That's where they're at.
All I can remember about that place was drinking Surge.
Yes.
So I wasn't allowed to go there because my parents were too Christian, but hiding in the closet and scaring the bejesus out of me, totally okay.
Yeah, that's normal.
It'll make you seek God.
Yep.
So Corey said it was a punk rock show at a skate shop. It's the sound. That's the sound guy. We were looking at the stage. That makes sense.
Now it makes sense. Hey, I keep saying all these things that we should do on the show, but it would be better if we had viewers. Because if we had viewers that could send us pictures and have us explain what was going on.
That is a good thing, dude. Like a wake shitting in a toilet. Remember that?
Yeah.
We should give Tony the ink blot test.
Oh my God.
All right, let's do it.
All right, hold on. Let me set it up. Did you watch that episode?
Of what?
Us
Ink
doing an ink blot test?
No.
Drunk as fuck.
I'm not like hardly. I'm not even on the spectrum of drunk. I mean, I've had a couple drinks, but not anywhere near drunk yet.
Okay, so that's the problem too, Kevin, is we assume that everybody's drunk.
Like us.
Yeah.
All right, so look, here we go. Here's our first picture.
Oh, that's like, oh, never mind. Tony's got to go.
Crab.
Really? It's a fucking devil dog, a demon.
A devil dog. It kind of. I see. So, and I got control here, so I can show you.
Oh, I know exactly what that is.
I see hands. I see like a fucked up head right here, the body, and then this is it. It's the fart is coming out of the side.
That's crazy. I don't see that at all. I actually see an X-ray vision of women's hips
Yeah,
leading to her JJ. She has a tail though. It's kind of weird.
that's her coccyx.
Makes more sense now.
So here, choose what would be the best description of the image you just saw and mark it on the column first. If there is a second description that fits well, mark it on column second. So what did we say? You said X-ray.
I said crab.
Oh, you said crab. Is crab on there?
Yeah, pincers of a crab was pretty.
Oh
much,
shit!
yeah,
Really?
yeah. Just below X-ray.
Okay.
I'd say
Well,
the
we're
second,
gonna go with Tony's answers because we asked him. We've already.
the-
It's him
Second-
doing the test.
the second thing I saw was definitely a bat.
A bat, huh?
I almost said bat first, and I was like, no, more crab.
All right, we're sticking with Tony's answers for the answers. That
Yeah,
is
for sure.
definitely a mouth with eyeballs. And for
Uh,
some reason, it's
No.
shooting laser beams of red out of its eyes.
I see two kids sitting face to face playing patty cake.
actually, it looks like two Dutch men with the hats. Playing patty cake. They're garden gnomes. They're
Martin knows playing back. Oh man, this is always the best show. We need to just do this every week. So so Corey says it's a sad blowjob. I kind of get that. I see it.
and she's bleeding from the lower mouth.
Yeah.
Oh my god, I just now saw that. It actually looks like a fucking silhouette of Elmo who just gave a blowjob.
Yeah. All right. So what was Tony's answer?
2 kids playing patty cake. I don't see anything that it'd be
Oh,
something
boys.
not listed here.
Something not listed. Dude, I see 2 dudes with their dicks hard.
Oh my god. Wait a second.
I can't unsee 2 dudes with hard dicks now.
No, man. It looks like okay, there's a few things we can go from here.
But what
I
are their
al-
hands in? Why are their hands in the sink?
I look at this and I see like the collar of a man's shirt with like a bow tie and stuff like that, like his neck and collarbone region.
Okay, I could see that. You know what I was thinking? I was thinking like the torso area of your grandmother. It looks like a very old, sloppy thighs and maybe a fucking
Frank,
camel
there
toe.
are 2 dudes. That's their heads. That's their hands. That's their dicks. That's their feet.
It looks like proper Irishmen boxing.
It looks like they have hooves.
Oh God. So let's see. What'd you say?
A red bow tie. Yeah, there we go. Yeah.
Why is there not hard dicks on this? Like, am I? Is that what it is?
Monkeys hanging by their tails. Monkeys with their hard dicks out.
Yeah.
Someone said there's dicks on there?
No, there's no dicks on there.
All right. I can make anything look like a dick.
Oh boy, no.
Oh my God.
Wait.
You don't see the dick in between that guy right there?
Let
That's
Tony answer.
that is definitely like a dragon hanging upside down.
What the
Oh, I see
fuck?
that. I see that, but I do see what Frank saw. I see Bigfoot with his dick hanging.
You don't see like the guy's head is like 10 feet further away from his feet and he's got a big old dick.
All of them just dicks.
It's almost like Bigfoot made love with a chicken and then came out with the chicken Bigfoot that was shitting out a dick.
I see the dragon now if you flip it upside down.
Yeah, I see that too.
Oh no, wait, go back.
I can't go back.
Oh,
A
The
pair of
white part's like 2 lions yelling at each other like a crest.
an animal, a big gorilla, an X-ray picture. Head of an animal? No, it's got to be something not listed.
Yeah.
That's a bat.
That's a butterfly.
What?
You're so
Butterfly.
gay.
I guarantee butterflies on the list.
I think it's a bat.
Or a moth, I should say, probably more accurate. A moth.
That's more like a moth. Oh, I also look like an alien with horns walking out of
Bat
a
or
dark.
butterfly, so it's the same.
What did it say? Bat or bird?
Butterfly.
Oh,
We got to let Tony answer first before we do. We don't want to influence him.
I got a good one.
That looks like an electrified butt crack.
Okay, yeah. So I was thinking vagina.
I'm trying to think what it is without it being like butt.
A vagina is just the front butt, so
Yeah, it's a front butt, that big slit right there. But on top of it looks like a witch being burned at the cross.
yeah.
Okay, so can you see my mouse?
Yep.
Tell me that doesn't look like a penis right here.
Okay, so you're seeing dick.
No, but look at it. That's definitely a penis.
Oh, wait, but look, if you look at the white part only, the very top part is definitely a butthole. Right?
Corey said it's an ugly tampon insertion.
Yep, 100%.
All right, we got to remember what'd you say?
An electrified butt crack, not on the
Yeah,
list.
I don't think that's going to be an answer.
Sex
Sex
organs. Okay, yeah, I could. Yeah, we'll go. We can go with that. I mean,
Sex organs is on there?
Yeah. Man, I don't even know what this is.
Candlestick.
Okay, I know what it is. What do you think it is?
It looks like pieces of a potato cut up.
All right, so remember that. Here's
or
what I
some-
think.
Or somebody giving a bunch of people giving thumbs up.
Yeah, I can see that too now.
It is. That's good. So what I see is you remember the movie Donnie Darko?
Yeah.
That's the rabbit head.
I do not see a rabbit head.
I can see
Here,
it.
ears, head. Now I'm not quite sure what all this is.
Potato.
Nose, head, ears. So let's see. What'd you say it was? Thumbs up.
Thumbs up.
Smoke, clouds, two women talking, part of my body. Part of my body. Right?
Yeah.
Memorize the given image. Oh, what do
That
you
is-
think?
That is definitely some frogs climbing up a like a rock or a tree or something.
Yeah, I was thinking two of them geckos that live in Miami.
No, it's two. Oh yeah, those do look like geckos. See dinosaurs. Listen, I'm not trying to be weird about this, but these things were created by fucked up people that wanted to see if other people thought about sex as much as they do.
So the answer is yes.
Doesn't everything look like a crotch?
I'm slightly horny right now.
Yeah. It looks like a crotch.
Yeah.
So we're going with geckos, flowers.
Sex organs.
A phoenix.
Where's the horseshoe crab?
There's no horseshoe crab.
There's no horseshoe crab in there.
Two animals.
Yeah.
All right, memorize the given. Oh God, that one's just a mess.
Looks like there's a sword in the middle.
Oh, I've got a good answer.
Two giraffes.
I got nothing.
Fire-headed giraffes. I see that.
Yeah, or again, a crotch.
Actually, the two orange things at the top kind of look like crawfish.
I see a fire-headed gator. Eyeball, head, its mouth inside because it's got its mouth open, and then fire coming out of it.
I can see gator.
Corey says more vagina art, so he
all
agrees with you, Frank.
Yeah.
He says it's all vagina art. Let's see: red, green, orange, seahorse. What'd you say again?
I said, what do you call it? Like crawfish or whatever. So I guess seahorse or lobsters. That's pretty close. Crawfish are like tiny lobsters.
Yeah. God, they're getting harder. This
Crotch.
okay. I'll let you answer.
That definitely looks like two worms or something being attacked by two blue crabs.
Yeah, I can see that. I see like two witches. Like these are their heads. This is
Why
their
are
body.
all of these symmetrical though? They're all like equally balanced. You know what I'm saying?
Well, because is you put it on the paper and you fold the paper and you take it apart.
Oh, there's no like this half is more fucked up than the other half.
No.
Oh,
See, mine would have been two people. What was yours again?
I don't remember now. Two worms and two crabs. Spiders, caterpillars, and crabs and insects. Yeah, there we go.
There it is. Please answer the search unlock. Oh, they're gonna make us do this bullshit. How old are you here?
Just give them random answers. Why only two genders? Because that's all there is.
exactly.
Flying dog poop brands. What? None of the above. None of the above. Oh my God. Who cares?
I live alone. I make a lot of money, 200 grand or more.
Oh, none of the above. This is ridiculous. All I want is to see if Tony's crazy or not.
Yeah, but you just gave them a lot of information.
Your score is a 4 to me. Score is commonly given by an individual with psychological disturbance.
Wow. So my answers.
you're
I'm 40% psycho.
Hey, 40% psycho is less than half.
Yeah. The other 60% of me tries to keep it pretty tame.
60% of you just tries to balance out the terrible 40%.
Yeah, pretty much.
You
If I
actually
would've-
did the Psycho cut off.
The majority, 70%, did not meet Harrower or something. Harrower Erickson's criteria for being fucking loony.
Yeah, you're right on the borderline, evidently.
Apparently, I could be a psychopath.
Yep.
So we took one of these one time, and one of them, no shit, all three of us go, that is a witch shitting on a pot.
Yeah. Yeah, I remember that. I had like the witch's hat and everything.
Yeah, let me see if that actually shows up. But that wasn't an answer. But you got to feel like if all three of us felt like that. Ink.
I think it all depends. I don't know what correlation it has, but I think it all depends on whether or not you're looking at the white or the color.
I also think it depends on if you're trying to look at it as one image or if you're looking at it as like two images like coming together. You know what I mean?
Like mirrored or two separate
mirrored.
images.
Like mirrored, like everything is like two crabs looking at each other, or like
Right.
or say if you're looking at the image as one big crab, or are you looking at it as like two dogs facing each other or something? You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, see, I wish I knew the psychology behind that, right? Because that is two totally valid points right there. Is you're either looking at it at one picture or a mirrored picture, and it was weird because there was a few of those that you were looking at only like half the picture.
Yeah.
And then there were some that we were like, oh, if you look at the whole thing, like the dragon upside down, right?
right.
That's a whole thing. So there's obviously something. But who the fuck determines on whether or not, like, how many points that equals to you being fucked up?
Hey, guys. What's this an ink blot of?
Oh, that's a dick. 100%.
I think it's an ice cream cone.
They're a bunch of dicks.
What about
Or an elephant's eyebrows and his tusk.
All right, so
not
first
is,
first one,
flying?
first column, third row is a like a Power Rangers Megazord. Let's see. The one over here in the main window on the right, definitely an ice cream cone. Not a dick at all.
This is definitely a dick with wings.
Okay. I mean, I would go feather duster before ice cream cone, but it's definitely a dick.
Frank, what is this one?
A dick with wings.
Yes. 1,000.
Yeah.
What about
That's that's a mullet dick. It flies up out of the water and has a nutsack.
What's
what
that one?
about
Which
it's a pair
one?
of titties?
Yeah. That's, oh my god, that's perfect. You know exactly who that is.
Oh my god.
Please pull that up.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Is it bad that I can see the real image in my head?
Yeah, I can see it too.
Why do we have so much fun with ink blots every time?
Kevin, can you send that to me? I'm going to post it on Facebook.
Hold on.
I'm going to call it the meme I'm going to make out of it says world's largest ink blot.
Yes. All right, I sent it.
Oh my god, I'm dying.
Oh crap! I sent it to Inventors.
Oh Jesus.
Oh well.
Did you say you sent that to investors?
Our company.
I was gonna say if you sent that to your investors,
We'd probably make more money.
why are you sending me an ink blot of a man with a huge dick?
Oh my god. Kevin really just sent that to my work email.
Yeah, delete that. But
Are you
save it.
sending it? Save it and then delete it, right?
Yeah.
I'm saving it right now.
Yeah, delete that for sure.
Oh man.
Dude, that's the best ink blot I think we've seen yet. That is better than two witches shitting on pots. We got to show that one to Joe.
Oh yeah, Joe would laugh his ass off when he sees that one.
That's a man with 2 arms who's had his hands cut off, and he has one tiny leg in the middle.
Yeah.
Yeah, sure. Or
By
it
tiny, do you mean huge? Look at that ink blot.
it's a double hand job.
Look at this one. What kind of? Oh Jesus!
I see a rocket ship shooting lasers at 2 donut eyeballs.
Yeah, I bet you do. Okay, what do you see there, Tony?
I see what looks to be 2 almost ripe plums with a pit.
And what do you see here?
A vase with a lollipop inside.
I could actually see that. That was quick.
Yep.
I don't
Now
see
it's
why
time-
you guys keep getting such sexual answers from these.
Now it's time for me to tattoo on myself erase browser history.
Yep. I'm telling you, I'm gonna get that on my ankle. It's gonna look like one of those. I guess it's a thing where you get like your blood type tattooed on your ankle. It's like a very common looking tattoo, and they notice it. Mine's just gonna say delete browser history.
Yeah, or else Janet's gonna have no regrets when she takes the kids and the money and she runs off to find some new man when you're dead.
Oh, for sure. Just because the stuff from this show alone that I've Googled is enough to ruin a relationship.
Yeah.
All right. On that note, I think I'm going to call it because it's about to get ridiculous at this point.
Yeah, and it's getting a little bit late for me.
Yeah, it's late.
So what have we learned tonight? We've learned that
Ink blots are a very accurate depiction of your level of sanity.
Yep, which means you're crazy. And real quick though, I got a perspective drawing, okay? And I'm going to bring it on screen. And real quick, I want you to tell me what it is. Ready? 3, 2, 1.
Oh, that's a chicken wing.
Yeah.
Yes, it is.
It's a drumstick.
Yep.
Tony, did you see that picture that my son
It was
drew?
dropped on the floor and it got some hair on it.
Did you ever see the picture my son drew?
No.
Yeah.
You should go
so-
get it. I feel
I'm
like
gonna
we
say-
should end the show on that.
yeah. Well, you have to pull it up because I'm not on a computer. You have to pull it up on Facebook.
Well, no, like get the actual physical copy. Show the camera.
All right. So Blake had to draw what he ate for dinner the night before at school. All right. I'm going to go get what he drew.
Okay.
It may or may not have something to do with the drumstick we just saw that had hair on it.
Oh Jesus.
We got to get. We need to do a show with all 4 of us again, though. That was a good show that time.
It was.
It was make fun of Kevin time, but I can appreciate that. Here it comes.
All right, let's see this warlock.
All right. You guys there?
Yep.
Yep.
This camera.
That's his son, what he drew at school. That's a chicken drumstick on top of salad.
So my son said we had chicken and salad.
Your son ate a dick.
His teacher sends us a picture of this during school while this is going on because that's how funny it was. And she said, Blake said y'all had chicken salad last night for dinner and sends us that picture. And then she goes, that's one hefty salad.
Which means she's single and ready to mingle.
She's hoping that Frank got the email, not Janet, to say, well, at our house, the drumsticks are a little bit larger than some other houses.
Yeah, we like to do turkey drums on our salads.
Well, as soon as I saw that, I asked Janet where they went to dinner last night.
Yeah. Her guy friend's house.
Yeah, because it definitely wasn't at our house.
What you're throwing down the chicken wing, not the drumstick.
Yes.
Yeah, it's like a drummy. That was like a fucking turkey leg disguised as a chicken.
You're like the riblets from fucking Applebee's that make no sense.
They went
Yeah.
over and clearly had leg of ostrich.
Yeah. They had the straight up delicious ass Walt Disney World fucking turkey leg.
Yeah, you don't find those at Frank's house apparently.
Nope. Hey, Kevin, we should end this note by you pulling up on your computer what I just posted on Facebook.
All right, let me look it up.
And that's how we're gonna say goodnight to everybody.
Are we gonna get kicked off for it?
Yep.
We haven't got kicked off yet.
It's because you don't have enough viewers.
It doesn't, dude. We get kicked off every week. It's crazy. All right, I'm pulling it up.
Perfect time for Christmas and the holidays. My family's probably gonna be looking me up to wish me a Merry Christmas.
Oh my god. 3, 2, 1. Your mom
Oh Jesus!
is proud.
He's laying out some ink blots. All right.
Yep, I should have put the OG logo on it.
Well,
All right, guys. Well,
ink
I appreciate y'all having me on to get a good laugh tonight.
It's a good time, buddy. Merry Christmas.
Same to you.
and cheers. Had a good time. Hey, Corey, thanks for hanging out the whole time. That's pretty impressive, actually, to put up with us for 2.5, 3 hours.
This
All right, yeah.
rail as usual.
It has been real.
All right.
All right, guys.
Merry Christmas.
Later.
Later.
Goodbye.
I got to figure out how to turn this off.